your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click the sign up button. Once you have filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the On Air Now button on the front page. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, you simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget that you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Hello and welcome to Jewellery Maker as we celebrate the first day of summer. Yoo! Yes, it is the summer solstice, Joe, and it is officially summertime. Not surprising it's raining outside, because that's our weather. Yes, but it's summer. Yes, the summer is here. Yes, it is officially the first day of summer, so happy solstice to you all. Thank you so much for joining us. It's going to be a very, very exciting show today. You have been prepared and we know you are watching because we are bringing you It's Back. Guess what's back? Bead Loom's back, Bead Loom's back, Bead Loom's back, Bead Loom's back. Yes, the bead loom is back, and to introduce it and to show us the amazing qualities of jewellery that come with this amazing tool is the fantastic Sarah.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm obviously singing today. I suddenly just I've sang everything already. I know. Am I actually Carol? Am I Carol? maybe Carol is Carol's seat, so maybe that's it. Maybe I'm actually just slowly turning into Carol. Next up, I'll have a little bump there and I'll be off going on maternity. No, not allowed to go on maternity. No.
Not allowed.
I'm not allowed. Apparently not allowed to. That's it. I've been told that I am definitely not allowed. See, we do have in the building, there are often fertility chairs because it often happens that when one presenter gets pregnant, it has this like tumble effect where other presenters who sit on the same chair get pregnant as well. I mean, even the blokes, it's amazing. Not really. We have got, not really, like I needed to say not really. Not really. We have got summer solstice. We have got the summer solstice show for you, and thank you so much for joining us. We are bringing you, yes, the bead loom. Sarah. When we first brought the bead loom, it was ridiculously popular.
Yes.
We blinked and it sold out.
It did.
I think the same principle may occur again today.
I know there's a lot of people been waiting for this to come back, and I've been waiting for it to come back so I can show you just how fantastic a tool it is. And you know, it's just changed the way I make jewellery. I love the bead loom. I love the structure it gives to a piece of jewellery, but you can also then embellish that piece of jewellery once you've made it to another level. So don't just think that bead looming the base bracelet or band is the start and finish of it. You can then embellish onto that, and hopefully in the future, when you know, we get a little bit more time to demo things, you know, and it didn't fly out like it did last time, we can show how to do that embellishment and how to do those sort of little bit more advanced techniques with the bead loom as well. Because
there is a case of the bead loom probably for a lot of people is the traditional how these bracelets look down here, you know, those, I mean, and they are summertime bracelets. When I look at this, I just go, that's my summertime jewellery sorted, really, because it has that easy wear feel about it. It's a nice, almost beach wear, you know, that sitting by the pool, wanting to feel like you've made an effort without having to make an effort. You know, that's what you've got here. I really think that that's where it begins, but as you're quite rightly saying, that's just the start of it. And of course, it's a relaunch. We brought to you the bead loom probably about 2 months ago now, at least actually might be 10 weeks ago. It's back in stock. Lots and lots of people I know are tuning in, especially for this showcase. But if you're tuning in for the bead loom, guess what? You're not just going to get the bead loom today. Guess what else is back in stock? Dum, 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 dum. Do do. It's this. It's back. Michael Bublé's back. Do 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 do. Okay, I need to stretch a little bit further. The chair is creaking. It's not my bones, although to be honest, I do feel quite old today that it could be my bones that are creaking. Oh, thanks. My Abel's assistant, it's back! Yay! The Macrame board is back in stock. I tell you what, we cannot get enough of this board. Mark is going to be watching today going, they're doing what?
Without him.
Without me, darling. Now the good news is that Mark, if you're watching, you can buy. Yeah. And we have got a really exciting deal on this one, so keep watching. It's the Macrame board. Yay! And it is back, so it's not just relaunching today. Our summer solstice show is a celebration of 2 relaunches. You've got the Bead Loom and you've got the Macrame board. You've got to be prepared for this one. It's coming up, not yet. Right, now if you know that somebody's not watching because perhaps they've already got the Bead Loom and they're busy, tell them, excuse me, actually, it's not just the Bead Loom that they're relaunching. We're relaunching the Macrame board as well today. Now, that's the way to begin a summertime here at Jewellery Maker, isn't it? That's the only way to begin. Oh, but there are other ways. And that's how we start the early bird. The early bird, let's tip our hat to the summer early bird. Does the early bird have some kind of handkerchief hat on his head? Let's find out. Let's find out. Has he? Is he? He hasn't.
No. He's going to get sunburned.
Come on, it's summer solstice show. And the simple fact is that the early bird is not even acknowledging the fact that it's... you have let me down today, early bird. I mean, he's literally the oracle of what. Maybe he needs to have a little umbrella for today, because I do believe that it's going to be a bit of a rainy day, which is horrible because the simple fact is my daughter is going off for a town. Every school in my daughter and our town, they're all coming together in the park to have a We Are the World picnic, and it's going to rain. Ah. Oh. Isn't that disappointing? Isn't that disappointing? It's going to rain today, apparently. I know, and when you think of all of the hard work that goes into things like, and it's our summer fair at the school today, and it's meant to rain, and you think to yourself, all the hard work, and the girls have put so much work in. Anybody who's watching, who's in the northeast, you fancy going to a fantastic summer fair that's got loads of great things? It's happening at Tudor Colliery today. Yeah, 3:30. Some good advertising for my school there. We have got for you our early bird solstice offer. It is going to be a summertime early bird offer. This you're not going to believe. And I know that Sarah's just gone, Sarah.
Being naughty this morning.
We are going to be naughty this morning because that's that. You know, if you're going to launch summertime, the first day of summer, you've got to do it properly. I don't do anything by halves.
You don't.
That's not where I've been brought up. My granddad, who unfortunately I only met when I was a little baby, so I don't remember, but I remember his mottos because my family stick to them like glue. One of the mottos is, if you're going to do it properly, or don't do it at all. So we are going to do it properly. We're going to celebrate the first day of summer properly. 2, 4, 1. Yes. 2, 4, 1. I kind of want to do that the other way around, like Dusty Bin, 3, 2, 1, and all of that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to try it. I shan't try it. Every chance I'll get it wrong and I'll get my P4. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go 2, 4, 1. That's it. Don't panic. That's it. We have got for you an incredible 2 for 1 offer. You have here your gold-plated copper findings pack with 100 pieces. And then a further 100 for free.
Amazing deal. Absolutely.
And these are essentials.
Oh,
these
yes.
are not the luxuries. These are the must-haves, aren't they?
They are, and they're the things that you use, and you might have a great big stash of gemstones. These are what you need to make your jewellery with. If you haven't got these, you can't make the jewellery.
Well, absolutely. It's like building a house without cement.
Yeah.
You can have all the bricks, you can have all the tiles, you can have everything like that, but you need the essentials. You need the cement, and this is what brings it all together. Findings, and luxurious findings at that. You've got these fantastic toggle clasps. You also get a beautiful decorative heart-shaped toggle clasp as well. You're going to get everything that you need, including chandeliers. I have already got people on the phone lines for this one. Hello there. We're all saying good morning to summer solstice today. We are tipping our hat to summertime. We are bringing you an incredible deal. We've got all of these luxurious findings. It is going to be a special offer. All of these, that's 200 findings for one price tag of you see, 2 for 1, $7.95 for 200 Like, I knew that our findings packs were $7.95, but actually seeing it for 200 findings, seeing is better than actually thinking about it, isn't it? Because you go, wow, that really is an incredible deal. £7.95 is all you pay. A 2 for 1. Gold-plated copper finding pack. This is an amazing feature offer. These are essentials. I've got queues on the lines. Not surprising, 100 already allocated. It's first come, first served today. We will be telling you, of course, we know there'll be a lot of people watching because of our relaunch of the Bead Loom. If you missed out on the Bead Loom the first time it came to air, of which there was a lot. There was a lot of people who missed out. We knew that was going to happen. We ordered as many as we could, but the simple fact is we kind of instinctively knew that this was going to be a sellout. The Bead Loom we predict will be a sellout again. So we know there's a lot of people watching for the Bead Loom essentially, but actually the good news is that we're going to make it fun along the way. We've got 3 fantastic kits today. We've got a relaunch of not just the Bead Loom, but the Macrame board. We haven't even promoted the relaunch of the Macrame board. So if you're tuning in for one thing, you're going to be getting lots more than just the one offer. You're not just going to be buying the Bead Loom today, you're going to get a whole load more for one price tag, and of course one incredible postage and packing deal of £2.95. So that's £2.95 for one PP for the whole day. So once you start buying 200 findings for £7.95, then you can just keep on adding to your order throughout the day, from the Bead Loom to the Macrame board and to some spectacular gemstones that I have coming up. We have got Wellow Opal today. Wellow. Now, if you've not heard of Wellow Opal, well, you will by the end of today, because you will want it, you will have it. Wellow Opal coming your way today. We also have the most exceptional strand of aquamarine. Truly luxurious aquamarine. This feature strand, drops of breathtaking qualities of aquamarine. Very, very special gemstone, of course, perfect for the droplets of water that may be cascading amongst your heads right now. It's summertime, it's raining, what a surprise. Now this is the early bird. I'm down to the final 100, and apparently the early bird has suddenly realised that it's summertime. Haven't you, early bird? Let's have a look. Early bird.
Hey!
Yay! He's got his Panama on. Oh. He's even got heart-shaped. My daughter will be so jealous of those heart-shaped glasses.
You're looking pretty cool now.
He does look cool. Does that mean is he going to stay like that for the whole of summer? Can he stay like, is he allowed? Maybe every day we should have an early bird that tips its hat to some part of summer. Like, obviously it's the festival starting, so maybe we could have him in little welly boots for the festivals.
Yeah.
And then, when it gets to the middle, he might have a little bit of a tan mark, perhaps, we could do that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Tom, every day shall we come up with something?
Yeah.
You and me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every day. Do you like it? You don't know whether it's going to happen. You like the idea, but you don't think it's going to happen. We'll make it happen, Tom. Tom, we will make it happen, won't we? When Tom and I are together, we will come up with how the early bird's going to look every day for summer. Yeah, he can have a nice, like maybe maxi dress on, you know. A tankini. He wouldn't go for a bikini because obviously he's a little bit conscious about his middle. So he's going for a tankini.
It's always best to cover that bit up.
It's always best.
Only gets burnt.
That's it. That's our excuse. Of course, you could join us, of course, on the phone lines or join us on the web at www.jewellerymaker.com. Queues of around about 2 minutes on the phone lines for this incredible. Are we going to do a back-to-backer? We're going to go back-to-back early bird offers. Because we're what? You're not. You're going to go straight to one of our feature offers of the day. Scott, who's sitting in the hot seat right now of my producer, I think I might have just got Scott hot under the collar because I just said we were going to have a bird in a bikini. I think that's gone to Scott's head. I mean, literally, he's like a bird in a bikini. Let's do another deal. Let's do another deal. Let's keep that bird on. I meant the early bird, Scott. Yep. Not interested, he says. Not interested. Not the feathery type, anyway. We have for you a very special deal. And I do believe that if you've just got the gold findings, you need to get this next strand because the luxury of gold against the beautiful richness of garnet is, well, it's an essential. It is a must-have. This is really a necklace already made for you, isn't it? A graduated strand of garnet. You know, when you look at this, and I'm sure we've got some of the most amazing creative viewers. I know that because the Wall of Fame, I spend most of my time just thinking how amazing you all are. But for somebody like myself, who perhaps is still probably quite limited to their creative thinkings, I'm definitely, I'm challenged by creativity. I see something and then I can't think outside the box. Like for me, I just go, well, why wouldn't you just restrand, put a clasp on and there's a necklace? Because really, essentially, that's the job done for you.
But jewellery making doesn't have to be a chore. It doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to think outside the box all the time. Why not do that? Why not just think, you know what, I've got those gold spacer beads in my findings pack. I've got 20 because I've got my 2-for-1 findings pack. I've got 20 gold spacer beads in there. Why don't I just pop one in between each of those gemstones? It's changed the strand, but it's still simple. It's still effective. It's still elegant.
Oh, thanks, Sarah.
There you go. You don't have to make it difficult though. I think some of the nicest pieces of jewellery I've ever made have been very, what I would call technique, simple pieces.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that they are so elegant and so easy to wear. And they're the ones that I typically do sell as well. A lot of people want just that elegant line. They want a pearl necklace. Very simple, very elegant. They want that.
That's me though. And
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, simple is as simple does. And I like simple jewellery. I'm quite a simple person, but I quite like simple looking jewellery. And I think that's what you're going to achieve.
You get a lot of wear out of a simple piece of jewellery as well, because it's the sort of thing you can pick up and think, oh, it's not too elaborate. I can pop it with that blouse, or I can pop it with that t-shirt, or I can wear it with my jeans.
Exactly.
And it's a really...
Makes you feel good, but without having to be, you know, too over the top or too, you know, too. And I think also with the gold findings, you know, we've got that gorgeous decorative heart shape, you know, the heart-shaped toggle clasp. I mean, that would add the final finishing luxury, wouldn't it? Yeah. That would really give that final flourish of course, gold with the richness of this gorgeous claret red garnet. I mean, that's just pure indulgence. Gold with rich chocolate, with rich clarets. It's perfect. And of course, the perfection of what we're about to do is that you're getting 200 carats of garnet. You really could just restrand if you were somebody like myself going for a very simple classic look, or you could take these and work with them in a wonderful way. And yet the price tag of the one strand is just phenomenally low, because we are about to rewrite the rules of the price of garnet. We are literally rewriting the rules today. It is summertime. It's officially the first day of summer, so let's make it summertime. Let's bring that sunshine out by giving you garnet for £6.95. It's less than £7. The early bird is feeling summery. We will see how summery is as we go through week by week throughout the summer, and then even into maybe even autumn we might just just, maybe the early bird is now an indication of the trends that are taking place, you know? Yeah.
Why not?
You know, maybe, perhaps, of course, next week we're doing our summer holiday show. Maybe he could have a little suitcase because he's going on his holidays.
Oh.
Yeah? Okay. So that's next week. Next week, maybe you need a couple of outfit changes, you know? $6.95. $6.95, because you can't go on holiday and just take one outfit. No? $6.95. $6.95 is all you pay. An amazing deal. If you would like to join me, 0800 644 655. You can join us on the web at www.JewelleryMaker.com. We're not sure, but we may be experiencing a couple of technical issues on our website at the moment. Please do be patient with us. I really would just highlight the fact that you've got a free phone number there, and if it's a free phone number, all you're investing is your time rather than your money. So please do use that phone number if you are experiencing any difficulties on our website. We are trying to iron them out as fast as we possibly can. We make massive apologies if you are experiencing any kind of troubles. But as I say, if you've got a free phone number to dial. We're doing our very, very best for you. £6.95. Both early bird there offers you 2 for 1 in your gold-plated copper findings. That's 2 packs. That's 200 findings in total for £7.95. And then straight on as an add it to your order. Isn't that the way to start a show? By giving you then 200 carats of garnet in this graduated strand for just £6.95. I mean, that is one serious restricted, less than £15, and you have got yourself some exciting wow factor stylish jewellery. I mean, you might actually want to bring in the gold chain as well, because of course 2 meters of gold chain if you've got that first early bird. Bring in the gold with those rich garnet reds. That's a seductive kind of a look, isn't it? It's quite sexy when you've got dark red and gold.
It is. It's very sort of sumptuous and elegant and royal.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. And then it makes me go, oh, now it might be summer, but I can't wait for winter and Christmas time, because it makes me think quite Christmassy as well.
It is. It's a bit like the mulled wine, isn't it?
Actually, Radio 1 yesterday, they played the first Christmas tune. They weren't sure whether they were playing the last one of Christmas Gone or whether they're playing the first one of Christmas to come, but they did play the first Christmas. Listen to me, I never listened to Radio 1, but the other day, somebody said to me about a song, and I was like, I've never even heard of that artist, let alone the song. And then I suddenly realised that perhaps I needed to, because I didn't want my kids to know people who I didn't know who sang songs. So I started to listen to Radio 1 again. I need to be on the pulse of music. You know, my children are 4 and 2. I don't want them to get to 15 and go, oh, Mum, you just, you know. So I thought I need to start listening again to radio. But I do think, you know, they talk sometimes, and I really want to ring up and go, can you just talk properly, please? Can you stop talking about, they just get a little bit too free with their, like, langos with them, you know, down. I mean, I remember Mel and Kim. I don't remember. Who's this Rihanna lady? Who is she? Who is she? Who is Rihanna? And why do I want to walk like her? Why do I want to walk like Rihanna? Did you see what I did there? See what I did? I don't know who sing it, but I heard the song. The Wanted, is it? Ah. Not a clue. We have, who are they? Oh, we're doing some wire. Ooh, this is glorious. Now, if you did just get the garnet, if you've just got the garnet, I do believe this might be another way of adding more sumptuous qualities to your jewellery making. Oh, wow, they are immense. You have here your huge tiger's eye. I have to just move everything to one side to show you the quality of these tiger's eye. Oh, I mean, this is serious textbook chatoyancy. If you've got a cat's eye effect, it's mesmeric, you know. It really feels like it's holographic in terms of its luxuries, and you really have got something special with this piece. You've got here your tiger's eye in your puffy squares. They are 20mm. I just love how you get the movement, and as I start to move it forwards and backwards, side to side, you can't help but be transfixed by that light reaction. And as you can see there, I mean, I'm not doing anything other than just moving the gem forwards and backwards, and it has this exceptional finishing touch to its light play. You know what I think is that I can't think of a gem that has anything like this, but I can't even think of another strand that has a quality like this. But that's because standardly we see tiger's eye in rounds, so you get a different type of movement of light. When you've got that flat open table, because it's so big, you actually get so much more of that impact of holographic like qualities. It really is mesmeric. It's fascinating, and you're going to look at each one of those stones, and I mean, part of me thinks perhaps you could just do one of these as a big, in fact, let's do it like that, like a solitaire ring. That works, doesn't it? And of course you get the wire with this kit. Oh, do you know what wire this is? 0.25 mil wire. You know what? How is this coming back into stock again? I know we're sold out. Now then, I know I launched this probably, gosh, got to be 5 months ago now. 5 months ago, sold out instantly. Yeah. I think this is it. This is it, isn't it? It says last of stock. Oh. This is it, it's last of stock. So what we have, it's available right now. If you want the 0.25, 1.25 should I say, 1.25. I mean, this is perfect to create a feature ring. I mean, imagine, you wouldn't need anything other than just one band really, or two bands to create that look.
I know Laura was looking for this the other day, and she couldn't get hold of any. So no. Laura, if you're watching, this is for you, because she was desperate to get hold of some of this, as are all the jewellery makers, because it's so structural.
Yeah.
And it just means that you can take your jewellery to another level. It really does give you that structure. It's great for making talks if you want to hang a pendant on.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that looks so classy, just to have that simple gold line round your neck with a beautiful feature pendant on it.
Because we do have some memory wire, but the memory wire obviously is like a silver metal. It's, you know, the finish is silver. And the thing is that this is much more malleable. I mean, obviously the memory wire is designed to have that one torque memory styling, but this is a little bit more malleable, so you can add shape, you can add curvaceousness, you can add texture. Yeah. This is one of the must-haves to any of our wire workers who are developing their skills. It's 1.25. We've got standardly up to 1 mil within our collection, but this is one of our newer gauges, 1.25. And as you can see, I'm just suggesting that perhaps you take a little bit of that 1.25 and you make it into a fantastic feature ring with just one of this full strand. Just look at this, an amazing deal. Plus on top of that, you're getting a further feature strand of your nuggets. These are your blue tiger's eye nuggets. I think there's a real luxury about this in terms of these beautiful designs. Then you've also got your 2 mil rounds in your red tiger's eye. You don't get a lot of red tiger's eye, that's for sure. And here we are bringing it all together with the wire. This is an amazing bundle. All right, already a quarter of the stock is allocated. In fact, no, nearly half the stock allocated now. Not surprising, half the stock's allocated. I think probably a lot of people have picked up the phone when we've said to you about the gold. And of course, let me just remind you, if we are suffering at the moment with a little bit of a technical problem on our website. So if you can, please pick up the phone and we'll process your call on our free phone number. You're investing your time, not your money, on those phone lines. If you want to join us, now's the time to do so. You've got a big look. It's yours for the taking, plus the wire for $16.95. You're getting it all, the full bundle of luxurious gems. You've got those feature squares, those puffy squares of the tiger's eye. You've got your drops, You've got your rounds of red tiger's eye, something that we don't see often, and your gold wire for £16.95. It's all in the taking of offers like this one, limited to last of stock of the wire. We don't have any more wire like this in the vaults. Hopefully we'll get some in accordance to the demand, which of course we need to get so many more. Don't have the chance at the moment to be able to do that, but with that in mind, please do make sure that you get this one right now. 1.25 wire, then you've got your tiger's eye in your puffy squares, in your drops, and in your smaller red tiger's eye rounds, and all for one price tag of £16.95. 0800 644 655 is your free phone number. You can join us on the web, but I think that we may be struggling a tiny bit on our website. We haven't had an update yet about how it's getting on, so we're doing our very, very best to rectify any problems that you may be suffering from today. I make apologies. We're doing our best. Congratulations if you have joined us. It's 1 P&P, £2.95 for your postage and packing offer. And Sarah, with the bead loom, because of course we are relaunching the bead loom today, the variants of size and shape, I think a lot of people think that they have to have the smaller, rounder gems. Not actually the case at all, is it?
No, you can bead loom with chips, you can bead loom with the long nuggets, you can bead loom with various sizes of gemstones. The one there with the silver bead in the middle, you can see you can intersperse different shaped beads into your bead looming. So you've got lots of flexibility, lots of scope. You can also use bigger beads to loom the base and then use smaller beads to embellish on top of the loomed piece.
Yes.
So you've got so many options.
So many variants.
And it's one of those things that I keep picking up different beads. Oh, I can put that on the loom, or, you know, and it can be a rondelle, it can be a round, it can be a double drilled square bead. You can use all sorts of different shapes and sizes. So don't panic that it's a one-stop shop for bead shapes. It's not.
Yes.
Think about using bicones. That will just give an absolutely different, completely different
And we have
effect.
some in our first kit as well, haven't we?
Got some in our first kit. That will give a completely different feel to your piece because you're going to get all those facets into that piece. So you've got lots of scope to be able to just mix and match things. And I love using the long nuggets because they lay on top of each other, and almost like a sort of like hedgehoggy effect.
I was just going to say, I can imagine that being beautifully landscaped, you know, on the wrist, to have that rise and fall of each nugget and each chip, just, you know, giving a bit of a texture. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
And you know, you don't have to use it for the whole of the length of the bracelet. You might just want to put that feature piece in the centre of the bracelet, and then use your rounds around the back to give comfort.
Yes, because you've done that here, really, haven't you? And you could imagine just as simple as using the smaller of the tiger's eye to create the main base of the piece. But you could actually then take one of these, the larger squares, and place that into the centre. And then continue. You know, there is no restrictions with the bead loom, really, is there? The only restriction is yourself, and that's it.
Your imagination is literally your only restriction. You know, and I always say to people, just try something new. You know, if you get halfway through it and you think, maybe that's not working, what you've got on the loom might give you inspiration to do something else. It might not be working for that particular idea you had. And I love that when that happens with jewellery making. It happens to me so many times.
And I remember that happening when you said, I was making a bracelet on the loom, and actually when I looked at it, I was thinking this would be an amazing pendant, so you just changed it up and you made it into a feature pendant. I remember that, and I was thinking, actually, that's the nice thing about jewellery making. There is no right, there is no wrong. You know, it's just how your creativity is taking you in that moment. My daughter and I have sat down a few times recently to make some jewellery together, because I really think it's quite nice, you know, mum and daughter time, but also for us to, you know, for her to be with dexterity. I think it's great for 4-year-olds to be able to, you know, try and get in and understand how the hands work, etc. So we've done a few pieces, and she had an idea of what she wanted, and so she was starting to make it, and she was like, oh mummy, it's not right. And I went, well, there's nothing wrong about it, because it's your piece of jewellery. You can choose how it looks, so there is no right and there is no wrong. And I think she kind of took quite nice to the fact that, oh yes, you know, perhaps this isn't what I thought it was going to be, but I really rather like where it's ended up. And that was great. You know, it's a nice lesson for her to learn, isn't it? And the nice thing is if it isn't right by the end, you're not committed to keeping it forever. You've actually broken it down, and then you start all over again. I like that as well, that you can wear a piece of jewellery, you've got the reward of getting people going, oh, that looks beautiful. You can break it down, make another piece of jewellery, and the next time you're out, you get the same compliments from the same people with the same ingredients, but you've made it look totally different. That's That's the lovely thing about jewellery making. The world is your oyster. Now, if you do want to get involved in jewellery making and you've never done so before, and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, this is something that I like the idea of. I like the idea of getting value for money. I like the idea of using my own wherewithal to create jewellery that I don't have to spend a fortune on. Well, the good news is that we bring you and we can provide to you a kit that gives you all of the ingredients to get you started. This is a huge kit. This is a massive combination of opportunity. Any of our regulars who are watching right now, pick up the phone early on this one, because take a look. This is a full. This is like to the brim. This is filling your cup of coffee to the very, very top, trying to walk with it and spilling it everywhere. That's how far. Do you ever do that? You think to yourself, I'll be fine, and you fill it right to the top, and you can't, it's too hot to sip, but you think, oh, fine, I'll walk with it, and it spills everywhere, and you go, ah.
And it's always the time when you think, I just need to nip upstairs at that point as well with the cup of coffee.
Always.
Yeah.
Just spend my life just going, ah.
I know.
And I often, in fact, do put things on the stairs to carry them up, and put them on the stairs, and when you go upstairs, right, well, I find myself picking up everything, and obviously, with 2 young children, they have quite a lot of gumph. And by the end of the night, my husband says, why don't you just make 2 trips up the stairs rather than trying to carry, and then you're dropping everything, so you have to go back down the stairs anyway. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. Or alternatively, you could help carrying them up the stairs. Let's not go there. Family domestics, we have got for you this fantastic. I know the good thing is that I know that I'm not the only person who has that conversation with one's partner. Yeah. Do you have that conversation of, why don't you do that? Well, why not you do it then, darling? You have got here a fantastic opportunity. This is abundant. This is a huge overflowing jewellery kit. In some ways, I just think, well, whoever did this didn't know when to stop. You kind of should have said, hold your horses, just calm down. But they haven't. They've ran with it. They have literally, they've like won the gold cup, Majesty. You have got here the gold cup winner of kits with an incredible combination of gemstones and shapes and qualities, and everything about this means that it goes right into that summertime vibe, because of course it is the first day of summer. Whoop whoop. Do you feel summery? I feel summery. I think our weather has allowed us to feel summery. The past couple of weeks, I think we've had a couple of times where we've gone, oh, and people have walked in the building and I've gone, oh, you look summery, and I've thought it, and I've said it, because it's not been bad, has it?
It's not been bad. We've had a good few nice days.
Yeah.
And then it's not been consistent.
So well, let's I always say, let's just start at the smallest rung, and then you can climb up the ladder. Like now it's the first day of summer. Obviously, Mr. Weatherman knows that and will guarantee us beautiful weather day in, day out for at least 3 months. Take a look at this. We are bringing you the summertime vibe. You've got here faceted pre-night, 10mm faceted summertime pre-night. You've got your bicones, yes, one of our most favoured shapes to work with here at Jewellery Maker. Our guest designers adore the bicone because it's a classic and yet so unique way to present your gemstones. And the thing is that when you're working with gems that have already got such a feature shape, you don't have to do a huge amount to them to get a really striking look for your jewellery. And then on top of that, you've got your donuts. You've got your rose quartz donuts. Where's the jam? You've got 14mm, and you can see here so much luxury. I mean, this strand alone's got to be what? Well over a tenner to my thoughts. How much, Scott? Really? Oh, that's a good deal. $9.95. Well, I'd have said well over a tenner for these, but actually on our website right now of $9.95. I really am impressed by getting that summertime vibe from these gemstones. But what I love is that when we've put this kit together, we haven't just stopped with the gemstones giving that summer vibe. We've gone for wire. You're getting here 15 meters of your 0.25 chartreuse wire, and that instantly works so well to blend against that glorious chartreuse colors of the pre-night. Then on top of that, you're getting 1, 2, 3 variant memory wires. So 3 of the variant memory wires, your neckline, your wrist wear, and your rings as well. You have here all 3 to work with. Now this is going to make your jewellery go a very, very long way. Now I do want to give you a heads up on something as well. If you do get this pack, please keep an eye out, because we are going to be launching a brand new memory wire DVD. It's edition 2 with Louise Jacobson. And the thing is, I can't say anything whenever I say Louise, and she laughs every time I do it because I can't say her surname. And I have to say her surname, Jacobson. You have to say it like that, because if you don't, then it's wrong. You've got Louise's DVD coming out really soon. She works with all 3 sizes, and the designs and the techniques and the inspiration of the jewellery that she creates is phenomenal. I was there, I was watching, I was going, ooh. She's come up with some really exciting looks, and like looks that really will give you a totally different perspective with your memory wire. So keep hold of this. Work with it within the kit, but keep hold of some of it. You need all sizes to be able to succeed with the DVD of all of the different looks. So you've got the DVD probably launching, I would guess probably in the next 3 or 4 weeks, because I think we filmed it about 3 weeks ago. So with that in mind, it should be coming pretty soon. I would suggest probably the end of next month we'll be able to give you that. So keep hold of some of this to be able to work with the DVD alongside. But of course, not all we're stopping at. You see, you've got all 3 types of your memory wire, 3 feature strands of prehnite, your rose quartz, and your mixed gems of your bicones. You've got your chartreuse wire. Should we stop there? Probably, but we don't. Bring in the summer fun of colours of summertime. Look at these. Just amazing colours. Summer. I felt like a magician there. Hang on. Thank you. Hang on. No, wait. Where's the rabbit? No comment. No comment. Hang on. This is how they do it, is it? I'm not obviously part of the magic circle. Yeah, let's just pretend that it's not there. Ready? Okay. Ready? Now then, what have I got for you, ladies and gentlemen? Nothing up my sleeves, nothing up my sleeves. Nothing on my sleeve. When I say nothing, do 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 do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I'd like to thank all of my family and friends for the support in that making of that routine. We got for you a combination. 5, 10, 15, is that 15 metres? It is 15 metres of your organza summertime ribbon. We're going to give you your beading thread, your monofilament and your elastic, and then we don't even stop there, because we're giving you your fantastic brand new findings pack. It says approximately 100 pieces, but I can give you the exact. It's 98 pieces of your silver plated copper findings. 98 pieces of your silver plated. It includes your decorative toggle extender clasp. It also brings you beautiful plated finish. It is your silver plated finish that you're getting earring hooks, you're getting copper balls, rondelles, toggle clasp, boring clasps. You're getting your chain, a metre of chain, head pins, eye pins, lobster clasp. You're getting ribbon ends as well. Lots of people celebrating that fact. Open jump rings, crimp beads and crimp bead covers, all together for one price tag. Already been allocated by a lot of people. A lot of people are loving this summertime vibe. We're all feeling the summer solstice today. That's good news, because you're going to get a summer solstice kind of a price tag. One price tag, one offer. Yours for $24.95. All together, if we were putting this together separately, on our website, not even price comparing elsewhere, but just price comparing to our own website, you'd be paying over £50. In fact, I could be specific if you want. £52.95 you would be paying if you tried to put this together by yourself. So we have over half price on this deal. It should be over 50. You've got it for less than 25. Half price offer. An amazing feature deal. An amazing offer. Congratulations if you've got that one. That's a Brahma. That is an absolute Brahma of a price tag.
I've got so much left over as well.
Gosh, is this everything you got left?
This is everything I've got left. It wouldn't even fit in the small bag. I had to put it in a bigger bag. I didn't even get a chance to use the ribbons. Got loads of findings left over, loads of memory wire left over.
And you made how many pieces of jewellery?
10.
I've got earrings in, haven't I? 10 pieces of jewellery?
Yeah. And I haven't.
And you've got all of these left?
Yeah, I've got a few gemstones left in there as well. So, you know, you've got scope to make so much more as well.
Wow.
Yeah. It's one of those kits that when you get it as a jewellery maker, you open it and I was a bit like, where do I start? Because there was so much in there. There were so many different elements, so many different directions it could go in. But that's great, I love that.
What an amazing way to start making your jewellery though. If you're just watching for the first time and you think to yourself, this is something that you're interested in, what an amazing amount to start off with. Because, you know, with this you've got shapes of the gemstones which will make it really easy if you want to make very simple looking jewellery. Yeah. You've then got the dynamic of the memory wire which makes your jewellery making so much easier. If you want to know a little bit more about memory wire creations, of course we do have a memory wire DVD available. You can either access that via our website for £4.95 or speak to our call centre and they can add that to your order. So our memory wire DVD is available if you'd like to have that. Alongside this, you've also got the wire, which gives another shape of colour. And then on top of that, you've got, of course, all of those brand new findings. And those decorative findings are absolutely glorious. I mean, if I just show you this one, I just think it just adds a really beautiful, elegant, in fact, let me do that. Yeah. It's easier rather than... And
that's taking it apart because I've used the other part of the toggle clasp as the actual feature of the bottom of the pendant. And I just wanted to make this little piece of jewellery just to show that actually, as you were saying earlier, jewellery making can be very, very simple, but very, very effective. And I just think that's a great piece to just pop on with your jeans and a t-shirt and just make you feel so elegant. And as if you've made that little bit of an effort, you know, when you're doing the school run in the morning and you don't feel like making an effort, but you've got to do it anyway because all the other mums make the effort, and someone might spot you.
Yeah, I don't. I find it quite interesting how, for me, I find it really hard sometimes to be able to juggle everything that goes on in a morning. And the last thing that's priority is me, like, being able to put on a bit of mascara or me getting dressed or putting my jewellery on. But actually, just by taking just that extra minute, you know, perhaps getting up a touch earlier or whatever, just taking that extra minute of just putting on a piece of jewellery or, you know, as you say, just taking that time just to feel good about yourself, it does make all the difference to the day.
I always think how much better you feel just putting your lipstick on in the morning. It just finishes you off, you know. I always look really washed out until I put my lipstick on, and I always just feel so much better once I've got my lipstick on. I'm ready to face the day.
And a piece of jewellery that just literally just can, and as you say, that's the type of piece that you could just pull on with a nice simple vest top, you know, summer's day, and, you know, you're there, you're good to go, and you feel better about yourself. I think jewellery can do that, can't it? It can make you feel good. It can make you feel good. $24.95 is all you pay for this fantastic kit. Now, if you do want to get started into jewellery making and you think to yourself, this is the one for you, well, the good news is that we make it as easy as possible to introduce you to this fantastic hobby, because we offer you a free tutorial booklet and DVD with your first purchase with us. So you buy this kit for $24.95. Now, we only have 20 left in stock now. 20 left in stock. So if you do want to join us on this, you're going to have to be fairly sharpish. You're going to have to be pretty quick on those phone lines. But the good news is, if you do want to make this purchase today to get started, these are everything in terms of ingredients you need to get started. We give you the findings, we give you the gemstones, we give you a little bit more with of course the memory wire, etc. Everything you need to get started, but you also need the tuition, and you're getting the free tutorial booklet and backed up by an hour-long DVD free of charge. free of charge. Now, the nice part about this is that you can do it in your own time. You know, you don't have somebody in a workshop saying, right, moving on, let's go, go, go. You actually get to tutor yourself with these fantastic, and they are really, really fantastic tuitional sections. You know, they show you the rights, they show you the wrongs, so you've got all of that information with the DVD and the booklet, free of charge. Well, there you go. This is one of the examples of how to make a spiral, and as you can see, really clear and concise, simple ways. And of course, if you're just going, oh, how did she do that? You stop, you pause, you rewind, because you're in the luxury of your own time. So that's the good news. You get that DVD and tutorial booklet free of charge with your first purchase with us. The only other thing you'll need, if you've got the kit and you've got the recipe book of how to get started, you also need a toolkit. And our toolkits are ridiculous value for money. You have got the chance to get everything you need in terms of tools for less than £10. So our essential toolkit, you can see it there, an essential toolkit coming in at £9.95, and it's fantastic. Tom's just going to pass me it, because when you look at it, you go, what? That's less than a tenner. That's less than a tenner.
I've seen single pair suppliers that are exactly the same mechanism as these ones go for that price regularly. For one pair of pliers. And you know, the fact is that you get everything you need for your beginning jewellery making is in that kit. And if you want to, you know, think about it, as you've been making jewellery for a little while, the bigger kit is available, which has got a few more tools in, but your basics are all in this kit. So you know, you've got everything you need to get going. And I just love the fact that that price means that for price of a kit, price of a toolkit, you've got a hobby. I used to be a paper crafter, and you could buy a kit to make cards or whatever with, then you'd have to buy a guillotine, glue, sticky stuff and all the rest of it, and then you've got to buy other bits like the card blanks to put it on, and you're spending hundreds of pounds before you can even get going.
And that's the hardest part about it. I think when you think about the hobby, the hobbyist has to be prepared to spend some money, but if you don't know whether you're going to enjoy it, it's incredibly difficult. Oh, and here's a one for you. You might not even know this, but we say to you, if you are getting started for the first time and you make this kit your first purchase, you try out and you make the jewellery, and then you go to yourself, do you know what, it's all right, but it's not the right thing for me. Do you know what we say to you? If you make up the jewellery of this kit and you're still not convinced that jewellery making is right for you, send the kit back with all of the jewellery made up, and we'll still give you your money back.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you can't do that with anywhere else that I know of.
Who would do that? That's like saying, take that Ferrari, drive it to France, and then come back. If you're not happy with the Ferrari, you can have your money back. Are they going to do that? Let's try it. Let's try it.
I don't think so.
I just say, I think they might do that with some people, but not me. Same. £24.95 is all you pay. Congratulations if you have joined us. We have got how many have we got left of that one? We're in the teens. Oh, okay. If you want to join us, now's the time to do so. 10 pieces of jewellery that Sarah's got out of this.
Yes.
That means they're coming in at £2.40. £2.40 for each one of these pieces of jewellery. I've got a pair of earrings in as well. I never even got to show you my lovely earrings. You made these with the
memory wire.
Memory wire.
Yeah, and it's so simple, but because it holds its structure, you've got that firmness. It gives you structure, and you can create, you know, quite formal pieces of jewellery, sort of ones with lots of form in them, not rather than being formal as in stiff upper lip.
But formed, structured.
Structured, yeah. And you know, I kept away from the sort of the designs I've made in the past with memory wire. I've sort of did different ones because I wanted to show that you've got so much you can do with memory wire. So I've made a little slave bracelet, different rings and various other things, because you can do so much with it. Just think outside the box. If you're new to jewellery making,
there's the slave bracelet, guys.
You can keep with you know, the standard, just using it as a bracelet or as a ring base. But if you're you know, a little bit more experienced, think about chopping the pieces up and actually making them into different shapes. And you know, I've seen some beautiful pieces made with memory wire. So there's so much you can do with it.
£2.40, just to remind you, £2.40 each one of those pieces of jewellery. Congratulations, got that. We're on low stock offer now, low stock availability. If you do want to join me, I am in the teens. If only I was. Maybe about 15 years ago, 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Shall I just stop now? It's summer. Come on, it's summertime. Let's smile. Don't think how old you are. We have got for you lots and lots, because don't forget we are relaunching our bead loom today in the next probably 10 or 15 minutes. And on top of that, people who have just tuned in for the bead loom, we're going to give you an other treat, because we're relaunching the Macrame board as well. Oh yes, for those of you who are watching, or perhaps those of you who are watching who know other people are not watching because they're busy doing summertime things, tell them to get watching, because we are doing double relaunch today. It's a double whammy. It's like a domino effect of relaunches. We have got relaunch of the bead loom, and we're also relaunching the Macrame board, and it's all today. But now it's time for the Wall of Fame. Wall of Fame time, and this is the time where we get to really appreciate the amazing jewellery that you have been creating over the week. We have got here, who is this? Lynn. Hello Lynn. She says, sorry, I think email I just sent is missing the words. Okay, so she's now emailing us, and it says, this week's entry for the Wall of Fame happened by accident really. I made a pink wire rose with no particular use in mind. Then I found a pink gemstone in my Lucky Dib bead scoop. Brackets, didn't know what gem it is. I don't know what gem it is. Well, let me have a look at it. And it says, thought it would make a delicate pendant. I hand twisted a paler pink wire to form the necklace to hold the pendant. Well, that's what we were just talking about earlier on. Sometimes the nicest jewellery is the happy accidents,
definitely,
isn't
the happy
it?
happenings. I love them.
Yeah, the happy happenings. Well, congratulations, Lynn. I'll have a quick look and see what gemstone it is while you're reading that.
Okay, so I have 233, and this is from Laura. This is my Nan's piece of jewellery. She makes all day, every day, and will only use JM products, which she loves. And can you say a big hello to Terry Nunn? As she doesn't know, I sent this in for her.
Oh, that's brilliant!
And she says, P.S. I hope she wins, and that's from Laura. So the jewellery is made by Terry, and this is from Laura. So
Terry,
hello,
what a surprise! You're on the telly. Your jewellery's on the telly, Terry. Oh, that's fab.
Isn't that an amazing piece?
That's brilliant. What a lovely surprise for her.
I know.
Thumbs up, thumbs up. I like that. I like that a lot. Now who was it? It was Lynn. Lynn, I think that you have got some quartz there. From what I can see, the picture's a little bit blurred, but I think you've got a nice coloured quartz there. To what I can see. 234 is Tanya from Birmingham. She says my entry for the Wall of Fame is necklace with mixture of picture jasper, fancy jasper, and scale mail held up with wire and some gems on the beading thread and chain. Then you've also got black obsidian star and gold obsidian. I think brackets has golden gleam to it with white moonstone. Last but not least, we have earrings, and the earrings and bracelet with puffy squares of lava kite, faceted labradorite, and pyrite rounds. Oh, that's gorgeous. All beading thread and gemstones are from Jewellery Maker. I have never had the chance to work with these gemstones until I won the bead scoop. Oh, that's brilliant, Tanya. Oh, that's fab. She says, thank you to all the wonderful presenters and staff that make Jewellery Maker run so smoothly. Can I just tell you, it looks smooth. Truly, you have no idea what's going on in the background. As for ladies, we have our workshop in today. We've got our vintage workshop with Gemma Crow. Morning, ladies. Oh, hang on, I'll give them a knock, because I don't know that we're saying. Hang on.
Go and knock on the window.
You have to give a wave. Give us a wave to the camera. Wave at the camera. There they are!
Hey!
There they are, waving hello to us. We had the ladies this morning, and all I kept on doing was I was running past going, morning! I just running past, morning! I thought, dodgy nails.
Oh, no. I think there must be something in the air with dodgy nails this morning.
Definitely. So congratulations. So Tanya, it may look like a well-oiled machine. Looks can be deceiving.
Okay, I've got number 235 here, and this is from Pamela. And she says, all made with pearls and wire from Jewellery Maker, and that's Pamela from Skipton, up near where my dad lives. Lovely part of the world, Pamela.
It's a gorgeous part of the world.
It is. And what a beautiful set of jewellery.
Fab. And I have got another feature set as well. She says, this is Jackie. Good morning, Jackie. She says, attached is my photograph. It's a bubble bracelet, necklace and earrings that I've made for my best friend's birthday. It's made of pearls and moonstone, which are my friend's birthstone. Oh, that's fabulous. It says, along with some star shells, ovals and labradorite, all from JM, of course. I hope she likes it as much as I do. Well, I tell you what, if she doesn't, Jackie, I don't mind being in receipt of said jewellery. You know, if she says it's not the right thing for her, Jackie, don't hesitate to just find my address, Eagle Road Studios. Happy to take that, you know, for your friend. I mean, obviously, I'm just being kind and giving at the fact, yeah. She says, I'm also doing my first craft fair this weekend, so wish me luck. Well, I tell you what, if you're making jewellery like this, Jackie, it's a no-brainer. You are going to have a really successful time. I assure you of that. That looks fabulous. She says, thanks for all your ideas and inspiration. Well, thank you for sharing, and good luck. My fingers are crossed for you. But as I say, that's a no-brainer. You're going to have a great time. You really are. We have lots still to look forward to. That aquamarine coming your way later on the show. We've had loads of response. I showed this right at the very beginning alongside our first early bird, and I know there's a lot of people excited about this. Gorgeous. They are like little teardrops of aquamarine. We also have a feature strand of Amazonite. These are extraordinary, almost like shards they are. These beautiful elongated Amazonite, and plenty more, of course. You know what's happening today. It's summer solstice. We've been promoting the Bead Loom, and it is going to take place today. But if you know somebody's not watching, get them to watch, because we're not just relaunching the Bead Loom. Believe it or not, we can also relaunch the Macrame board as well. Oh yes, so if you're going to get the Bead Loom, you may as well get the Macrame board. If you're going to get the Macrame board, you may as well get the Bead Loom. That's the idea. So let's make the most of our single P&P, and we've got plenty of coming up straight up after this. Here at Jewellery Maker, we have a commitment to providing genuine gemstones. We do that by up to 3 lab tests, and we have our own in-house gemologists. That therefore means that when we say genuine gemstones, that's exactly what you're getting.
Buying jewellery online from us has just become even easier with our new streamlined checkout service. We've made some little changes to make our website more accessible for all of the different ways you shop online, and now it's even easier using a mobile phone or tablet. Once you have added your items to your shopping basket, you can decide to check out now or save for later. Saving an item for later means you can easily find them in your own time, but don't forget to check back soon, as all our items are selling fast. One of just a few changes that will make buying jewellery from us even easier.
There are 2 easy ways to purchase from Jewellery Maker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview or FreeSat, and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click the sign up button. Once you have filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the On Air Now button on the front page. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, you simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget that you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Roll up for Ed Mackay's Flying Price Circus. Join Ringmaster Ed this Saturday and Sunday as he tames the morning price lion from the producer chair on the morning show.
Oh, I'm an angry price lion.
Naff off, angry price lion, and watch as he presents to you live from the centre circle on the Late Show. Witness incredible prices all weekend as Ringmaster Ed unleashes Ed Mackay's Flying Price Circus.
The course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Welcome back to our Summer Solstice show here on Jewellery Maker. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Vicki, going to be with you all the way through today, and we've got the lovely company, and always a pleasure, always a privilege to have the company of the gorgeous Sara. Sara, we are really excited about today. In fact, when we launched the Bead Loom, we made an absolute pact that when this came back in, you and I would be together to be able to relaunch, to make it up to anybody who missed out, of which there were literally hundreds of people who missed out, and we're not here to do anything other than give you great offers and give you the chance to own something special. We really were very disappointed that we didn't have a bigger quantity, even though actually our vaults at the time, our workshop was full of the bead loom. We just didn't, everybody wanted it at the same time, and this is going to be another big one, isn't it? We know that.
It is. I mean, it's just such an amazing tool, and it's so easy to use, and I'm going to show you how to set it all up and how to use it. So for anyone who's never done any weaving on a loom before, they'll know how to do that for when it turns up, so you can get it out the box and just get started.
And that's the important thing about today, just to highlight the fact that we are going to show you how to get started, and we are going to show the ins and outs of the actual mechanics of the tool, because for us this is important. That's part of why people tune in, is not just to buy but to learn as well, and that's what you're here to do for us today. Definitely. Is to give us the instructions of how to get started. We are going to hopefully over the coming months be able to advance into the bead loom in a different way, but for today we're going to introduce it again, because of course this is only the second time that you've seen it, so we are going to show you all of the ins and outs of how to get started and how to do a very basic weave. And then perhaps in the coming weeks and months you and I will be able to arrange something where we'll expand that when we get, because I presume this is going to be a sellout again, so when we get it back in stock again. It's just the way it is. Do you know, maybe we'll do autumn solstice. Is there such a thing as winter solstice? Is there? There's not an autumn one. Well, we'll make one up. We'll make one. That's equinox, is it? I'm being told all this. I've just been told. Tom's saying words in my ear that I have no idea what they mean. All I know is that it's summer. Woo! That's all I'm bothered about. That's all I'm bothered about. It's summertime, and it is summertime, summer solstice time. We are bringing you some summer vibes, and this is chilling out. This is literally, the sun is just setting. We're sitting on a veranda, and we've got a lovely picturesque garden. This is me thinking that my garden's now mowed with no weeds. You know, it's peaceful. There's no children's toys everywhere. You know, I've done some gardening. Have I just said I've done gardening? Yeah, that's definitely a dream. I've got this. I've got a glass in my hand, something chilled, of course, and then we're sitting there, and we've just got perhaps a little bit of nice languid music in the background, maybe even a little bit of you know, a bit of jazz. A little bit of jazz sitting, very classic. Yeah, you've got it, haven't you? You've got the mood. Now we need the jewellery for that calming, lovely, luxurious summer night. Beautiful, beautiful qualities of feminine, chilled out luxury. Now you've got a combination here of your sage amethyst, and as you can see there, these beautiful nuggets, 8x7 to 18x9, so they are some serious size amethyst that you've got. Sage amethyst, of course, involving some of the greens that you would expect from a prasiolite, mixed alongside the deeper shades of purples as you would expect from a classic amethyst. And that's because we've got to remember, Mother Nature, she has no boundaries. You know, she doesn't just grow one gemstone and says that's it, and it's never going to look anything other than the colour of I want it to be. In fact, what she says is this is Mother Nature, and so therefore we blend colours. Different crystals form different colours, and different temperatures create different looks to your gemstones. And that's what you've got here. Sage amethyst, essentially, it's the amethyst that then has the absorption or a different heat temperature as it started to form to create almost a bi-colour look, where you get the greens mixed with the purples. Then you've also got a double strand of blue chalcedony. Now I was about to say that this was blue lace agate because it has all of that type of quality of colouring and the texturing and also the subtlety as well that I would associate to blue lace agate. Very, very popular gemstone to have. I know that for a fact that there'll be people who will be buying this kit just based on that double strander. Then finally you've got your rose quartz nuggets. These are big nuggets. Your size of these nuggets are an absolute feature to your collection. You're looking here 10 by 9 to 15 by 10. They're not small. They really are luxurious. See what I mean by that summertime sitting on the patio vibe? It feels very relaxing. You know, it feels like there's a very soft and soothing quality to these gemstones. I can tell you now, I've already had 50, that's 50 allocated. I'm not surprised by that really, to be honest. I think this is everybody, I think we are. Do you want to know why 50 have already been? I was thinking, oh, because it's beautiful. That's why 50 have gone already, because they just look good. It's not just that they look gorgeous. Do you want to know the price? $9.95. No wonder that they're flying out on the web. Now, of course, to those of you watching on the TV, the reason that they pre-sell is because the access on the website means that you see the price earlier than we often will reveal it on the television. We're not pretending that doesn't happen. It does happen, which is why sometimes we'll say, look, if you've got the chance to buy on the web, do that, because you will have access to, you know, to the information a little bit earlier than the television. But I tell you what, whichever way you're going to buy, you are going to be rewarded with the most incredible offers. You've got your rose quartz, you've got your sage amethyst, and you've got a double strand of what I think looks like blue lace agate, which is actually chalcedony. I've got queues on the lines of at least 50 seconds. Okay, literally just the queues have just gone woo. If you want to stay on the lines for me, we will process your call as fast as we possibly can. $9.95. Well, that's just plucking a price out from nowhere. I'd have said to myself, well, perhaps perhaps the rose quartz I'd have said was probably an $8.95 strand at least, wouldn't you? $8.95 on a good day.
It's a lovely substantial strand as well, but it's got such lovely colour to it. It's got such lovely colour tones through it. It's beautiful. So it's, you know, definitely a higher end strand of rose quartz that I've seen recently. It's beautiful,
isn't it? Isn't it just?
I can't believe the price for that bundle. It's just, I mean, I would have said, you know, maybe for 2 strands, possibly, but 3.
I know.
And one of them being, you know, a double strand there. So
we're going for it today. Summer's here, and we've got the vibe. We are feeling the vibe of summertime right now, aren't we? And these would work very nicely on the bead loom, wouldn't they? I mean, especially those smaller of the chalcedony. Those would go very nicely.
And I would intersperse those probably with the amethyst. I think they would work beautifully together.
Would you now?
Yeah, so, you know, they would work beautiful, those 2 tones together. But all 3 of those gemstones, just the tones are just beautifully matched to each other. You couldn't help but make beautiful jewellery with that bundle.
We're now in limited stock on this 3-strand/4 strand offer. Of course we are. Why wouldn't we be with deals like that one coming at you? An amazing feature offer, restricted availability, limited stock to $9.95. And of course, just by breaking that down, we're taking each one of those strands. If we're just basing it that you're getting 3 strands, that means each one of those gemstone strands is coming in at less than £3.40. You know, an amazing, brand new. They're all brand new, are they? And these are all, I was thinking to myself I'd not seen them, but apparently these are all brand new to offer today. These are brand new today. Gosh, aren't we lucky? Aren't we lucky today to have such an offer? If you do want to join me, £9.95. but thank you so much for joining us. Already into limited stock availability on something like this. Well, it would be interesting to see just where we could go on strands like this, you know, on the Wall of Fame. What do you do? Where do you, when you take a bundle like this, where do you go with it? Do you add or do you just work these together? Because when I saw them, I did think very tranquil, really nice, like kind of a relaxing evening out. You know, that's what I saw from these, just from that softer. Do you see that? Well, what do you see? What are you going to get from these combinations? All I know is that you're not just going to get one piece of jewellery, unless you're B.A. Baracus and you're making like a big heavy feature necklace, because really there is so much going on for less than a tenner. And if you went to your local jeweller's shop with £10, what would they give you at the end when you walked out the shop? £10? I don't even know whether they'd give you anything. I was just trying to work out, genuinely just suddenly, sorry, I stopped in mid-sentence, I just went, what would they give you for £10? Shall I try it? Shall I try it this next week? If I've got a chance, I'll go to my local jeweller shop and I'll be like, oh, Vicki on location, hi.
You might get a box and a plastic bag.
A box and a plastic bag, do you reckon that's what it's going to be?
Probably.
Right, I'm going to do some research. I shall try and do some research. What day is it today?
Friday.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. If I get the chance over the next few days, I'm going to go to at least 2 or 3 jeweller shops, and I'm going to see what they would offer me for £10. I'm just going to walk in and say, excuse me, what can I buy for £10? Shall I do that? And let's find out. Okay, I'm back on air. What day am I back on air? Tuesday or Wednesday? Something like that. Wednesday. Let's say Wednesday.
Well, I'm back in on Tuesday. So I'll go and have a look, and I'll leave you a little note and let you know
what you think as well. Right, you do it from down the south.
Yeah.
I'll do it from up the north.
Right,
Will you leave me a note and we'll talk about it on Wednesday.
Right.
Tune in, because of course it's another summer story on Wednesday. Summer show, we've got our summer holiday jewellery, where we're going to inspire you by making multi-purpose jewellery on Wednesday with the lovely Sheila. Multi-purpose jewellery, so you're taking one item of jewellery with you, but with 3 or 4 different variant available looks to get from one look. Like it? Like it. Holiday jewellery coming your way next Wednesday with Sheila and myself. And I think I might go for the tankini look. You know, if it's a summer holiday. I was thinking tankini. Not really. Seriously. I seriously wouldn't want to tarnish anybody's eyesight. You know, truthfully, that would be bad. But we are going to get dressed up. I think I might have Sheila in some kind of, you know, maybe some kind of Benidorm outfit. You know.
Yeah.
I love that. I love Benidorm. Always just makes me giggle. It just makes me giggle, because then when you go on holiday, you actually relive that yourself, don't you? You go, oh yeah, I'm doing what they do on the television. Okay. Right, we still have to come, and I just want to let you know, because well, we've been a bit busy, myself and Sarah, today, because we decided to do it again, to find out what do you get inside this tube. This is one of our deluxe gem selection tubes. I know we don't do this gemstone very often, so I certainly know that we do not do a tube like this without great thought of how low we can go. It's coming your way later on. I'm not going to tell you what gemstone's inside. It's a single gemstone inside, not just one big gemstone, lots of little gemstones making up one tube of a gemstone. And it's coming your way. We've done a bit of research, Sarah and I. Maybe we should call ourselves like Sarah and Vic, the investigators.
Yeah. That'd be good.
That would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The investigator, like we have hats and like Macs and things like that.
We have a special badge.
Yeah, yeah, and like briefcases that when they open up, they go, this is going to explode in 10 seconds. Yeah. Moving on, just my mind. I think it's Bead Loom time. Yes, it's your summer solstice show. We've been promoting it. We've been preparing you for this show, and in particular for this relaunch. Now, I'm going to say now, okay, we will not put the graphics on straight away, okay? We won't put the graphics on straight away, because what we will do, because I want to give everybody the equal chance to get this, whether you're dialing on the phone lines, whether you're joining us on the web, I want everybody to have the equal chance. Scott, this is really important. Scott, my producer, is not going to put the graphics on until we reveal the price. The reason we're going to do that is because then we can make sure everybody on the phone lines and on the website has exactly the same chance to get the quantity that we have available. We sold out in a matter of minutes, and I think probably 2 or 3 minutes, and we had a huge quantity when we first launched this bead loom, and it's sold out in seconds. And I'm going to say now is that we expect and we predict that this will be another sellout. We know how many people missed out before. We've had so many different people requesting this over the past few weeks and months. It's back by popular demand, and we do believe it will be another sellout. So what we'll do is we won't bring the graphics on until we can reveal the price. By doing that, that means both phone buyers and web buyers can buy at exactly the same time. I think that just makes it fair. Is that okay? That's fine. Let's do that. I've made that decision there, Scott. Scott's like that. All right then, Vix, that's what we're going to do then, are we? I'm just a puppet. I'm just a puppet. You are my puppeteer. Straight on. We are bringing you here the bead loom that you've all been waiting for. The Bead-A-Lon bead loom. It creates the most incredible network of jewelry design. It's a really simple tool to use and a very simple tool to store. And I think that's just as important as anything else, storage. You don't want something to be huge. You want it to be practical, and you want it to be able to store in a small space. This is how small it is in the box, but actually it's loads than once you've taken it down as well. It comes with a presentation pouch as well, so everything can go into one one little zip-up bag, and you've got all of this potential, all of this luxurious designer, and this is summertime jewelry, isn't it? I mean, this is heading off to the beach, or perhaps going on a staycation event. Maybe you're just popping out to a variety of places in your local area, but you want to feel summery. You know, the sun is out, or perhaps it's even just it's one of those simple days where maybe the sun's not shining, but you're feeling shiny anyway. You can create some fantastic looks with your jewelry. I'll just quickly show you the idea of it so you understand the principles. If you've not seen the launch of this tool, then we will just highlight the fact it's a really, really great way of introducing weave technique, but within a structured environment, to create very, very practical, wearable and strong holding jewelry. And that's the lovely thing about it as well. Very durable jewelry that you're creating. So this is the bead loom, and this is the tool, but it's not all we're offering you in this bundle, because we know that when you see the aesthetics of this type of tool, you also want the ingredients to be able to create a look and a half. So that's why we're also giving you not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 feature strands to work with. So you're getting the tool, and you're getting your 4 strands as well. They include your honey shell plain rounds in 3mm. To match alongside those, you've got the red agate in the 3mm, and then to match with the 2mm, you've got your black agate and your red agate as well. So all together, you've got 4 feature strands, and often is the case, we have to highlight the smaller strands are probably some of the most exclusive to get, because of course they're so difficult to create. Small gemstones, small drill holes, very difficult to craft. And yet you've got 4 feature offers on this. So it's everything that you get and more to get started within this offer. You've got the gemstones and you've got the tool to create impressive, stylish jewelry, just like this one or just like this one. You've got the chance to create something really exciting, something really professional as well. The finish is so professional, and you've got the chance to do it with just 1 price tag. 1 price tag. Now, if you watch the relaunch, pardon me, if you watch the launch of the bead loom, you'll know that as soon as the graphics come on, you'll have to be instant on the phone lines. If you joined us last time and you missed out, you know you don't want to miss out this time. You know you don't want to miss out. Pick up the phone right now, because the graphics are coming on now. Now. Slick. Now. Hey! we have got for you the Bead Loom Mega Bundle, where you get the tool and all 4 strands. Now, just buying those strands on their own, that is £12.95 in its own right. That is £13 just sitting in those strands. That's the luxury and the beauty of these. Plus, of course, the Bead Loom itself, the tool coming in at, I think I'm right in saying £8-9, is that right? Is that £8.99? There you go. So put it all together, we should be well over £22. Yeah, we should be at £22. Is that right? £22? No? £5 saving, that's what I'm talking about. £17.95 is all you pay. You get the Bead Loom and you get the gemstones, all for one price tag of £17.95. And Sarah, when you're using these types of strands, I mean, literally each one of those strands could create one bracelet. So you're looking at the potential of making at least 2 or 3 bracelets from this kind.
The larger of the Impression Jasper bracelets, that one there, I still had a third of the strand left after making that one. So I made that one yesterday, and so I had a third of the strand left from making quite a substantial bracelet. So, you know, it depends on how wide you make your bracelet as to how many gemstones it's going to use. Also, you know, how big the gemstones are, because the longer the gemstones, the quicker it builds the bracelet.
Of course.
But you know, even with the hematite one on the side there, that didn't use
a small one.
Yeah, it didn't use a full strand even with that one.
That looks beautiful as well. So you really are. You really have got the chance. Okay, I'm in limited stock already on this. I knew it. I knew we were never going to have enough in the vaults to be able to guarantee everybody's been successful on this. But we knew it was going to be like this, didn't we, Sarah? So which is why you're already set up to be able to demonstrate for us.
I'm all ready.
So let's head over there now. Let's just take some time to really experience how great it is, because it's great to talk about it, but it's even better to show it, because I think the showing is what makes it so popular. And for anybody who is an enthusiast of simple weaving, this is making weaving even more simple.
Yeah, it does. It takes all the work out of it for you. It makes it really easy. Just to let you know, inside the pack you get your little storage bag. I keep my beads, my beading needle and my threader in there, and I take it with me with the Bead Loom packed inside, and it's ready to go wherever I go. So you know, when you go away for a holiday, if all you want to do is bead looming while you're away, it's this, a pair of scissors, and you can bead loom to your heart's content and finish them when you come home. So you don't even need to take your pliers with you. If you're going on an aeroplane, you can actually bead loom without anything sharp. You can just set yourself up. If you've got a thread cutter or something like that, an aeroplane safe one, you can actually take this on the plane. So you know, you've got a
sitting there.
Yeah. So you've got that ready to go. So that's
it comes with an instruction pack.
It does. It comes
a little bit of a pamphlet.
With the pamphlet inside, it's with the instructions on how to set it all up.
Just take that. Is that all right?
Yeah, too.
Thanks.
So you know where the camera is better than I do.
There you go. You can see there, it just comes with all of the different instructions of how to get started, and also explores different ways as well. So you really do have all of it and how to finish it off, etc. So that's all the instruction pack that comes with this tool as well. I'm down to very limited stock on this now. We knew that this was going to happen. We instinctive. I mean, you've got to know that we put loads in stock. We relaunch when we know something sells out in a matter of minutes. When it first comes to wear, we know that it's going to be really well received. I've got queues on the lines of at least 2.5 to 3 minutes, and I am going to say I do believe this will be another sellout offer. I'm sorry if you lose out on this time, but you know hand on heart, with a kind of company that has the integrity to tell you we had a great stock, but the simple fact is that we just sometimes we can only fill our warehouse with an amount of stock, and then that sells out, and then we'll fill it again. You know, with our integrity intact, that we're doing our best for you. So please do be patient with us on the phone lines. We're doing our best to answer your call. Congratulations. Right then.
Okay. So it comes flat to you, your bead loom, and it comes with 2 pieces. You've got the tension bar, which is this metal piece.
Yeah.
And you've also got the board itself. And what you do with the tension bar is, with the writing, it's got jewel loom on it, with that writing facing you, put one end of the tension bar into the hole, and then I normally do this against me. Let me see if I can do it on camera. Oop. And pop, literally you just bend it. So if I show you, it's now bent.
Yeah.
This is creating the tension, so it allows you to take this out once you've threaded it.
Okay.
All I've done on the reverse is you have these little buttons on the back, and there's one at each end, and I've just literally, so you can see, I've just used some black household cotton, but you can use your beading thread, you can use monofilament, you can use any threading material you've got, you can use on this. And for the warp threads, the ones that go up and down the bead loom, you can use anything, because they don't need to go through the beads.
Okay, so the warp threads, let's just get, so we know what the technical things are. The warp threads are literally the ones that run over. Are they like a lazy strand in macrame? Is that you don't move them? You're not weaving with those. Those are the lazy strands.
Once they're set up on your loom, they're going to stay there until you finish your piece. They're not going to move. They're not going to have the beads held on them. So these can be anything you want them to be. They could be, if you've got the nylon threads, you know, the multicoloured nylon threads. They could be elastic. They could be anything really.
Fine.
It doesn't really matter. And what you do is, once you've got that tied onto the back, it'll come up over your bead loom, and you'll see you've got all these ridges on the top here.
Yeah.
It's like little set of teeth, and you'll take it over, and then you'll run it all the way over to the other end of your bead loom like that.
Yeah.
And then you just literally take your cotton and wrap it around the button underneath, and then you take your next thread back over the top again.
Yeah.
Now, depending on what size beads you're using, this is how far these need to be apart. So if
like
you're,
the gap between them. Okay.
So if you're using a wider bead, you'd skip more. If I hold that up, you'd skip more teeth.
Yeah.
If you're using smaller seed beads, you may want to have those threads right next to each other.
Okay.
And you would just carry on making as many warp threads as you need. Now, the secret with the warp threads is you always have one more warp thread than the amount of beads you're going to be using across your piece.
Okay, for example, you've got one set up here.
I'm going to show you
where you have got four. You've got 4 warp threads, but you're actually you've got 3 runs of gemstones.
That's right, yeah.
So if I've got a 3 band of gemstones, I have to have 4 warp threads.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right, okay, so let me grab this one. Okay, so I've already started, if I hold this one up, so you can see.
And that's with the gemstones that come with this pack, doesn't it? With the bundle pack.
And I'm using, for my warp threads, I'm using beading thread, standard beading, gold beading thread, and I'm just using cotton to show, because it shows up better than using something like a monofilament. I use this is just a household invisible thread.
Okay.
And I use this to do my beading, so you can't actually see the thread I use. I use this a lot, and this will go through your needle that comes with your kit.
So this is a little bit thinner than monofilament?
It's a bit smaller than monofilament.
Okay, so it's a household thread.
It's a household thread,
okay.
But on the one I did with the impression Jasper, I used monofilament and an embroidery needle, because it would all fit through the gemstone. So if the gems have got bigger holes, you can use different size needles, and therefore you can use different threading materials. Whoops.
Perfect.
I'm dropping my beads.
Oh, it's gone down the side as well.
Don't worry. There we go. So you literally, I did have this prepped up, but they all decided to fall off. Oh, little beads. There we go. So what you would do is you put on your beading needle, however many beads you're going to take across onto your loom, and you take them underneath the loom, underneath your warp threads, and bring them up, and they will automatically, if you've got your threads at the right distance apart, they'll automatically just want to sit there.
Yep.
Okay, and you can pull your thread through. So basically my thread is gone all the way underneath all of the warp threads.
Yep.
Now taking it back over the top,
and
when I'm threading my needle, I want to make sure that I'm going over the top of those warp threads.
Yeah.
If I go under, these won't get secured. So I'm literally, as you can see, my needle is now on top of all of those threads. And if I pull that through, you'll see I've got a new row. Just as simple as that.
That's so simple.
And literally that is all you would do, is repeat it. As you can see, I've got a little pattern in here with a cross. Just started out. And to draw your patterns, all you need is a piece of paper and draw some squares on it. And literally draw your pattern, however many squares, so how many rows you've got, how many beads. So if you've got 4 warp threads, it's 3 across.
Yeah.
And just however many down, and you can literally just colour in with colouring pencils and draw all your patterns out.
That's brilliant.
And I believe there is a little,
that is brilliant.
I don't know if it's in the back of there, whether there is one in the back there. Nope. I thought there might have been one to do it in the back of there, but you can just get square paper and print it off the internet.
And this literally does take you step by step how to finish off and everything, doesn't it?
It does, you know, and it's literally just keep going. Add your beads, go underneath, hold them with your finger, and then take your thread back over the top and repeat. And to finish, all I normally do is either take these threads here and add a few beads on and then crimp them, and just use a normal, if you've used beading thread, you can use a normal clasp and crimp. If you've used monofilament, you can just tie those onto a clasp and use a little bit of a plastic safe glue, so like a one that won't fracture, so something that will hold it, that won't fracture, so like the epoxy putty, jewellery putty, just to create a really good seal on that knot, and then you can knot those on. But you can use all sorts of threading materials, and just whatever threading material you use on these warp threads completely changes the look of the piece of the jewellery as well, because you'll see those, you know, sometimes you'll see them actually in between the beads. If they're very small like these ones, you'll see that gold thread in between. If there's larger beads, you'll see them possibly at the end of your work as well.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
Such
It's just
a fantastic
simple.
feature. And I will just highlight, of course, you know what I'm going to say now, don't you? That it's not just low stock. I'm literally down to the very final ones and twos of quantity left for the bead loom. I make 4, is it? There you go. Ones and twos. 4. Literally down to the very last of stock. Congratulations if you have got the bead loom. Apologies if you haven't been successful. I do make apologies about that, but you know that we've done our best for you. Our integrity, I know for a fact, is intact. We're doing our best to always provide as many as we can within the restrictions of our warehouse. Our warehouse is huge. I mean, in comparison to probably most of the jewelers, providers, etc., our warehouse is massive, and we're doing our best to make sure that we bring the products and the tools and the ingredients that you want from us, but there is only so much one warehouse can hold. And so I will just remind you that if it sells out now, we'll put it straight back on order. It's probably already back on order, to be honest, and it'll be back in as soon as it is. Then perhaps that's the time where we can now investigate. You know, we've done a relaunch now. Perhaps the next time we're together, Sarah, we'll do it and we'll investigate extending the technique.
We'll move on to you're not only using beads, so I made a pendant just using beading thread, but also we're going to look at embellishing it, making things like rings out of the warps. Once you've made a piece, you know how to make it into different pieces of jewellery, so maybe making rings and embellishing those, also bringing the other techniques such as wire work in there. There's lots and lots of scopes. So
maybe we'll do that next time. Yeah, we'll relaunch it again, you know, so those of you who've missed out, to anybody who's watching on the repeats going, I gotta go. Okay, don't worry, don't panic. It's back on in fact, we've just had a phone call down from the office, and it is back on reorder. In fact, it was reordered about 2 weeks ago when we knew this was going to sell out. So with that in mind, it will be back in stock, and when it is, we'll then extend. We'll then start to, so just, you know, maybe record this program so you know you've got that with Sarah taking you through the beginnings, and then let's extend next time we're together.
Definitely, I've got ideas buzzing in my head, ready to make up lots and lots of samples for the next time we're in, so.
Bang on, that's what we like to hear. Now the good news is that that's not the only relaunch of the day.
I'm so excited.
I know, I am so excited as well. This is being relaunched again, and I can tell you now, my text messaging machine is probably going mental with Mark going, how very dare you, how very dare you. Mark, well, we know that Mark is one of our fantastic designers here on our team, and of course renowned for his macrame with his fantastic DVD, but also you love your macrame as well, don't you?
I've got a fantastic demonstration to do coming up. Yes.
Really exciting. A multi macrame bracelet. So a multi-strand macrame bracelet, thanks to the board. Because the thing is the more strands of macrame you have, this is the board that makes life easy. So we're going to show you how to create a multi-strand macrame bracelet, and we're also going to give you this brand new relaunch macrame board coming up later on in the show. Let's say probably what kind of time we're going to do that, Scott? Okay, around about 12 o'clock if you're watching on the live shows. So not long to go, not long to wait before we give you the chance to get the macrame board relaunch. Got a great quantity on that. Anybody who bought the fantastic bead loom, it will be an added to your order. We're going to do a blinding deal for you on that. Shall we show you that
sneaky peek,
multi-creation?
sneaky peek.
This is a sneaky peek of the multi-strand macrame bracelet. It looks gorgeous.
I was so excited when I made that because I actually got to sit in the sun and do it. So it was
perfect
just,
for our summertime show then. Perfect. That's coming your way later on in the show. But before that, let's have a bit of a skipping and dance to another feature deal. Of course, this is what Jewellery Maker is all about. We've got loads and loads of special treats for you. Of course, I've already mentioned that we've got this fantastic deluxe selection tube. Take a listen. Do you know what gemstone it is? Just by the sound.
I'm not that good.
No? No? Do you know what it is yet? No. Okay, well just keep watching and you'll find out. It is a single stone gemstone tube of strands of deluxe distinction selection. All of those words, delete as appropriate. That's coming your way later on in the show as well. I also have, and anybody who has just got the bead loom and anybody who's interested in macrame, I also have this deluxe selection of gems. This is all one bundle. This is all one bundle. Sorry, I know I've gone quiet. I can tell you why I've gone quiet. That's because Scott's just told me the price and I just looked at Scott and just went, no. You can't do that price tag. Now I know I am the puppet and I'm just doing what I'm told, but really, no. Just no, Scott. You can't do that kind of, that's naughty pricing. That is very, very, okay. We have got this amazing bundle coming up. When are we going to do it? No, you make the decision, Scott. Don't allow me to make decisions. Don't allow me to make decisions. That's just dangerous. This bundle is coming up later on in the show. In the meantime, I need to remind you about some feature deals, and I haven't even had a chance to show you these yet. It's been such a full show. I've mentioned them, but I haven't been able to show you them until now. Once you've seen them, you know you want them. They are absolutely amazing, aren't they? These, I'm calling them as shards. They're not even drops, they're not, they're literally the most exceptional pendants, aren't they really? They are feature pendants of Amazonite. Just every one of those is a focal point. Especially, I mean, that one, just that as a pendant.
I just want to make a little cap of wire, maybe with a few little silver round spacer beads just on the wire cap as well, and just have that
on chain.
On a chain,
yeah,
just beautiful.
Or actually, we did some gorgeous suede cord on the trade show. If you got the suede cord, just one of those suede cord, single pendant, job done. Done. It's just that. That's it, Mr. Ramsey. Take it. Done. That actually hurts. Don't do that to him. That hurts. Oh. Rose de France amethyst. It has to be. Has to be Rose de France amethyst. Oh. If I do this, I'm going to do it like this. I'm holding it up this way, Kaz, only because when the light catches, you'll understand why you need to say that. That really is a perfection. I mean, it's got to be classified as Rose de France, because this, for somebody like myself, you know, for myself who's worked in the gem and the jewelry industry for coming up to a decade, I mean, I'm looking at these and I'm thinking, I've not seen anything other than this in a classification as Rose de France. Sometimes known as pink amethyst, but really, if you went to the jewelry industry, most people would see a look like this and quantify the colours as Rose de France. As I say, sometimes known as pink amethyst. That is just a fascinating strand. When was the last time we had a have we had a strand like this before? Not to my thoughts. Not in your square dells, because you know
If you had, I would have had it.
Yes.
I am the amethyst queen. I love amethyst and in all its beautiful variations. But there's just that delicate hue that has is just something else. It's just...
And you've just hit the nail on the head, and this is the interesting thing about genuine gemstones. You've just said in all its variations. Because if you were buying a piece of mass-produced jewellery, right, there literally is no variation at all.
No.
There is no differential. Your jewellery is exactly the same as somebody else's jewellery because it's been stamped out by a machine probably by the thousands. Whereas when you're working with genuine gemstones, you literally are talking about absolute variation, not just on the gem type, but within one gem heading of amethyst, the variation of colour, of tone, often based on location, but also based on just the way that it's been sourced and found. And the thing is that in one strand like this, the variation from this look to then perhaps another strand of amethyst that we've got on tomorrow or tonight, you know, it will be totally different. They're the same gemstone, but Mother Nature has given it a variation. But it's the same as all of us. I mean, you know, you look at you and I, we're both women, but actually we both look totally different. We have variations of hair colour, eye colour. You know, that's what Mother Nature does. You know, and our heading, we are both women, but actually we are totally different. And that's the same with gemstones. With certainly with amethyst, one heading, totally different looks for every single gemstone type and gemstone look. And that's what makes it so exciting to work with.
It is. I mean, I must have in hues and different gemstone cuts and various different things, just in amethyst, probably hundreds of variations, just in amethyst. And that, to me, makes making jewellery exciting every day, because there is so much there in just one gemstone that when you start adding in all the other gemstones that are available through Jewellery Maker, it just is, it's just forever changing. You never get bored of making jewellery because your stock can change, your stash can change, you change with the seasons, and as your jewellery making skills change. So it never gets boring, it never gets dull. But with a strand like that, you're just adding instant quality and glamour into your jewellery making. And I just love the fact that it's so clear and so crispy. The colour is very uniform on that strand, and the quality of the cut on that strand just makes it a step apart from other amethyst strands. You know, I love my chips and nuggets, but this is just another level. It's just...
I think it was Monet who said you can never tire of nature.
No.
And that's the thing, you could never tire of beauty like this.
No.
The thing is that we've sat and we've talked and literally talked about this one. It's not the only strand that you're getting on this offer either. We're just like that. Square does, they're just perfect. We have just, we know we want this strand. We've both acknowledged the fact that this is a magnificent, I classify this as Rose de France. You can classify it as pink amethyst, whatever you want to call it, but it has the delicacy of total beauty within its full range. And the clarity of the stone really allows us to appreciate the movement through the gem of light. But then, we're also giving you a feature strand of much more dramatic, much more intense, much richer powerhouse colours of garnet. These are your plain wheels or your rondelles of garnet, and we're looking here at 30 centimetres strand. It is 4x2 within this full strand. Oh, now then, Scott has then just decided a price tag. I know for a fact, right, that when Sarah hears the price tag, right, even though she has got a mass, and you said you have got a mass of amethyst.
I have.
You would want this, and I'm not going to say you're going to get it because it's going to sell out. $9.95.
Oh, I would, in a heartbeat, just for the single strand of amethyst, I would be over the moon at that price.
That's it, because really, essentially, if we'd brought in the graphics and we'd said just that one strand of the square dells of the Rose de France qualities of this beautiful pink amethyst, really, $9.95 would be absolutely justifiable, totally justifiable.
And if you are one of the jewellery makers out there that do sell their jewellery, if you are doing, you know, stalls, even, you know, jewellery parties, whatever you do to sell your jewellery, or whether you do it through your own website, making a simple bracelet out of those with sterling silver, and possibly just spacing it out a little bit, so you might get 2 bracelets out of that single strand. And I wouldn't hesitate with amethyst for it being £15 to £20 a bracelet.
No, I'd agree. No, I would agree.
And I wouldn't hesitate if it's got sterling silver on there as well. And I wouldn't even think of putting it with anything else but sterling silver or gold-plated sterling silver findings, because it deserves it.
I agree, and I just want to introduce, of course, we did that fantastic second early bird. We did 2 early birds today with the Bead Summer Solstice, and I'm just wondering how nice that would. We've talked about that beautiful pink amethyst, but how about we just put those 2 garnets together? I mean, there again. And then we did, of course, the early bird with the gold-plated findings. I mean, surely that is the sumptuous look we're trying to achieve for our jewellery, you know, that luxury edge. Because what you'd love to think is that when you're creating your jewellery, people are looking and going, wow, where did you get that from? And they're not even recognising the fact that you'd made it. They're thinking that you've probably bought it from some kind of, you know, little boutique jeweller shop that's round, you know, in your city centre, where you have to pay a good £50–60 for any kind of work of art. You've made this jewellery, and I think that's why when you work with quality ingredients, you're already 1 step ahead. And as I say, when you start to talk about creating jewellery, I'm sure they say it was Monet said, you can never tire of nature, and that's the beautiful thing. It'll always give you something new to work with, something different to really get your creativity flowing. Whatever your look, whatever you're trying to achieve, £9.95, that's less than £10 for each one of those gemstones. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for us to have done that price tag, truthfully, but of course that's not my decision to make. The nicest part about it is as I sit here and I could just revel with you at the prices that we've got for you. £9.95, because watch it, see it, but please make sure that you buy it now, because as you can see, the graphics have come up as low stock. I am now down to limited availability on, of course I am, with a chance like that. There's not going to be any left now, is there? £9.95, and if there is, then Sarah will be buying, that's for sure. Less than a tenner, an amazing feature deal. I do want to highlight the fact that I have coming up shortly, and I wonder if you would do this, because you know how I said we'll put the garnet with the gold, and I think you've got that luxury edge. What about putting the garnet with this beautiful golden feature strand of, well, it's got to be called golden quartz. It has to be, hasn't it? Because that really is pure, sparklish beauty of metallic gold.
Well, because then
see, I nearly did that, and I thought, oh, maybe
you've got the natural ametrine look there, then, haven't you? Which Mother Nature's already done for us. Put those 2 colours together, and you see it in nature in the flowers all the time. Beautiful purple flowers with a yellow centre.
Pansies. Oh, here's one. Oh, see, yesterday, I got the chance to take my daughter to school, and obviously, I normally, you know, we either walk or we get in the car if I've got my son. But my husband was at home, so it meant that he could have look after our son, so I could take my daughter. So I said, right, let's cycle. So I put her on. We've got a little chariot that sits on the back of the bike, right? So, you know, have you seen them? Okay, so I've got one of those for her to sit in. Right? She's sitting like she's like, I don't know, what's that Sheba, or Queen of Sheba. And so she's sitting there, right mummy, move on, go, like this. And she says, mummy, stop, like this. So I have to stop as we're cycling along. I'm like, what's the matter, George? You went, mummy, beautiful flowers.
Oh,
I was stopping to look at the flowers. I was like, that's lovely, darling, but we're going to be late for school. Let's go. And she's like, that, stop. I was like, okay, I'm not stopping, whatever it is. But the flowers we were looking at were pansies in one of our friends' gardens. And the pansies were beautiful shades of purples. And then there's that like flash of bright yellow through it. You've just reminded me of that, you know, and that's a snapshot of Mother Nature. It's a snapshot of my gorgeous little girl as well. Stop, mummy, stop. I kept on going, no, I can't stop, Georgie, I just can't. You know what I mean? Literally, I'm uphill. That chariot weighs a ton as well. And when we got it, I was like, it's a brilliant idea, it's great, you know, I can cycle them, and it's great fresh air and all of this. And now I'm going, that's it. What a mistake at the maker. Right then. Let's stick with the golden hues. We've had those beautiful shades of the pinks and the purples and those gorgeous deep reds from the garnet. Now let's bring in the golden. See, this is interesting. It's called yellow quartz. I wouldn't call it yellow quartz, and I'm not questioning the graphics. I'm just thinking about what I see in terms of the hue of the gem. I think of yellow and I think of like daisies. I think this is a little bit more golden. I think there's a much more of a richness about this quality of colour.
It's got a beautiful sort of pale orange undertone, and it just really has got that, as you say, that golden. It's almost like those rich sand colours coming through. You know, when you get the sand and it's just too hot to walk on, it's kind of like, and it's on a beautiful beach, it's got that sort of tone coming through.
Oh, shall we have like Shea Kavara, like in the desert? Coming in, like it's this, you know, like the heats, like shimmering. You know how it's shimmering and then he's coming over the hill on his camel.
Oh.
Shall we?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Shall we? Shall we have it? Go on then. Let's go to the deserts, the golden sands of the deserts. That's a lovely way to describe it, isn't it? Thanks, Sarah. You're quite right. It's the golden hue of a perfect sandy beach or a desert. You've got that. I'm back to the desert, aren't I? Yes. Where's my oasis? We have got for you 70 carats. I need to have one of those. There's
well, the Yashmaks.
That's it. I'll have that. I'll stop. I once did a belly dancing course. Truthfully, the most painful thing I've ever done. I never knew I had muscles in these parts of my body. Like, and my back. I woke up the next day, I felt like I was 90. I was thinking, I'm not going back there. I can't be doing any of that. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was just a bit of a woo, but it's not. It's hard work. So whenever you see your belly dance, just say you're amazing. Don't try it. We got the golden quartz, these beautiful sandy golden tones. A beautiful feature of faceted gemstones as well. We've got to remind ourselves these are faceted stones. So you really do have that luxury of quality coming through. Beautiful hue, really rich. And again, against the garnet, you've got that beautiful sumptuous look. Against the beautiful Rose de France amethyst, you've got that real capturing of Mother Nature. The lovely part about a stone like this, I think it's going to be very versatile. Very versatile. It's going to go very nicely with the next kit as well. Buy it now and add to your order. Why? Because you've got an add it to your order type of price tag for just £7.95. Already 50 allocated. And congratulations if you've watched us today. Already I'm sure you'll have treated yourself to maybe the bead loom. Perhaps you joined us in our first kit, which I know went very, very well. Or perhaps you got one of our bumper bundles. Of course, talking about bumper bundles, we've got a bumper bundle coming up later on in the show. We're relaunching the Macrame board with a multi macrame bracelet technique with Sarah later on as well. So keep watching for that. £7.95 is all you pay for this strand, which will then come in with all of those different looks actually, won't there? This strand will be very versatile to that. Congratulations if you have joined us. Lovely to have your company, and of course one P&P for the whole day of £2.95. Join us through this show, and of course we have our late show as well from 5 till 9 this evening. And with the gorgeous Jenny Cleary taking you through some more fantastic jewellery making deals. So keep watching and keep on adding to your order for just £2.95. I do need to just remind you of one gem. I've just put that one back, and I've just seen, and I've just got to remind you, I've got Wellow Opal coming up later on. Now, if you've got a chance to do any research, see, I don't know whether the research on this will probably come up. I don't know whether probably not. I was going to say do a bit of research on what's happening in Wellow district of Ethiopia for opal. In fact, don't do that, because there's every chance that you won't find the information that I have, because of course we're privy to information that many places and many fact finders don't have, because we're literally on the spot. We go location, so we go to the mines as much as possible. I've got some stuff to tell you about this stone. You need to be prepared to buy it today though, okay? Be prepared to buy it today for the circumstances that I need to tell you about. Okay. Right, let's move on. Let's swiftly move on to our fantastic next kit. Oh, this is a bit rich. Are we going back? Are we going back to the desert?
It looks like
Dum,
with the
dum, dum,
leather
dum,
kit.
dum, 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 dum. I'm there, aren't I? Yeah, see, that's my belly dancing course. That's it. That's it. You see, you're convinced that that's not how they dance? You think that's stereotypical Sahara dancing? I shall go and research if you want. I'll put myself out there. I'll sacrifice my soul to going to the Sahara Desert. I shall go there as long as there's some kind of nice beach and water and no? A beach in the Sahara? That's not going to work, is it? I'm not going there. No. Send Jenny. I'm sure Jenny will have a nice time. We have got She'll be like, where am I going? Where am I going? We have got for you. Where's the Sahara? Southampton, lovely. We have got for you an incredible feature offer for this kit. You've got a combination of your fossil coral puffies rectangles, and these are incredibly, there's a very earthy, naturalistic luxury to this combination of gemstones. And of course we're going for the gold findings, which I think just then again add that texture of earthy but yet luxurious feel. So you've got your rectangles of coral fossil, and I will just highlight it's called fossil because it has these beautiful fossilizations on them. Is there such a word as fossilizations? Fossil formations, perhaps, is the best way to describe it, within this one strand. Yeah, that's a good one to show you. Totally unique, of course. Every single stone will be different because Mother Nature doesn't do things twice very often. You can see they're totally unique formation of the fossil creation inside each one of these gemstones. Then on top of that you're also going to get smoky quartz. Well, backed by popular demand in some ways. We had probably a bit of a flurry of this gemstone about 2 years ago. In some ways you got to the point where you went, okay, whew, that's a lot of smoky quartz, and everybody went, oh, enough of the smoky quartz. You know what, this year we haven't had anywhere near the amount that we need to have in terms of demand. But that's because that's how Mother Nature works. That's how sourcing gemstones is. You know, sometimes we'll have a flurry. You might find that actually a while back we had aragonite, didn't we? We had a real nice spell of aragonite. And then when was the last time you saw aragonite? Probably a good 6 months ago. That's because sometimes, certainly in terms of sourcing, and in particular from alluvial mines, you'll often get a flurry of a gemstone being found because they found a pocket. Because when you start to think about how they mine gemstones, in particular if you're going down, you know, you'll often find a seam, and a seam is where, you know, a vein of a gemstone has been found. Now if they follow the seam to a certain point, they'll then have, because of the way Mother Nature's formed it via the moving of the tectonic plates in the Earth's crust, this seam leads them to a pocket, and that pocket is where they really get that abundance. So when we get that flurry of gemstones coming to you, it's actually because they found a pocket which then they can really source the gemstone from. And they go, whoop, 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 here we go, here you go, here you go. And then you go, oh, that pocket's empty, we've got to follow the stream. Now sometimes you could keep on following the seam, like with tanzanite. They found a pocket, they'll keep on following, they'll find a pocket and they'll keep on following. Then sometimes what happens, they follow the seam, they find a pocket, they keep on finding and trying to find more, nothing. So then they have to up sticks and go and try and find a gemstone from another location or another mining area, or they'll read the place. And it's obviously to do with the geographics of where the water comes down, because obviously alluvial mining is often about the way the water falls and brings the rock down to then subside into the stones, etc. So because of that, you'll often find in the jewelry industry and in the gem world in particular, and places like us, is that we'll have a flurry of a stone, like your aragonite, you know, sometimes, you know, we've had the lookery of having something like smoky quartz coming out of our ears, and then you go, oh come on now, Jewellery Maker, you've had 6 months, where is the smoky quartz now? Mother Nature, it's nothing to do with us, it's just the way that we can get hold of it when it's found. You know, we cannot go to a warehouse and go, right, we want 20 of those and 500 of those, and it doesn't work like that. So because of that, please do understand that if you want something, we can't always access it instantly. It's just all about how it comes in terms of the sourcing and the supplying of it. So that's why when we've seen smoky quartz recently, we're rejoicing because we haven't seen it for a very long time. And when we've got it now, whoa, we've got the quality. The clarity of this gemstone is fantastic. And again, we've got to remind ourselves that sometimes we can source, but we've got to source from the right place to give us the right quality. You know, it's all well and good having a decent supply, but we want a decent quality supply, because that's our reputation. You know, we have built up a really good reputation for quality at great pricing. It's something that we've got to commit to. And we're committing to that with this final strand as well. I've not seen this before, I don't believe. This is your amazing tiger's eye coated plain rounds. Yes, we're coating your tiger's eye, giving even more of a luxurious edge, even more of a metallic bronze quality, an amazing effect that you're getting from this strand. Really adding that, they almost look like spacer beads, which in some ways feels like I'm doing them a disservice, but that's the type of quality of shimmer and metallic sparkle that you're getting. You've got your gold-plated findings. That's a 98 pieces of gold-plated findings. It's your brand new findings pack, which includes extender chains. It also includes a brand new shepherd hooks. It gives you some fantastic ball ring clasps, and on top of that, you've got a meter of chain. All of this is coming together with monofilament, coloured beading thread, and your elastic, and all for one price tag. Your price tag should be well over £30, in fact 32 plus, and your price is indeed nowhere near that. $19.95 for this full look, a full look where you can really capture the elegance of style. Now, you might have noticed I already have one of the pieces on. In fact, I've got two. I've got the earrings on as well. I bejewel myself because it's part of my job. It's not exactly a chore. I will show you my earrings. I don't know. Oh, let me move my. Look, I did summer solstice hair as well, didn't you? I know. I thought, oh, I could go to Stonehenge now. I don't know why a plait in the front of my hair could represent, but I thought that I'd try. You've got. Sorry, they're all laughing at me, going, "What is that about? You plaited your hair and you think you're ready for summer solstice." So you've got there a fantastic luxury. You see, the thing is, you've only used one gemstone there. Yeah. That's it.
I know.
And then you've got the resulting of a really workable, wearable pair of earrings. And for me, you know, that's the kind of earrings I'd instantly get loads of wear out of.
That's it. I think, you know, sometimes, you know, if you put too many gems in a pair of earrings, it becomes too much of a piece to wear every day, and it just becomes more of an occasional piece of jewellery. Whereas if you go for this sort of elegant look with a piece of and use maybe less is more as a rule, you get that more wearability out of a piece of jewellery, you know. And I think, you know, jewellery that you can pick up every day, brilliant. You know, I have my elegant pieces that I wear with my little black dress number. Should I ever, with two children, be able to do that little black dress number? But then you have the pieces that, you know, you wear when you are doing that school run that just make you feel special.
Yeah, and
those would just do
really
that trick.
Simple earrings, aren't they? But really effective.
And, you know, I've used the little flat spacer beads in there on the jump ring as well, either side. So just a bit of a different way of using the findings. So
yeah, I really like them. And are these the length of the eye pins?
They are, the whole length of the eye pin.
I was going to say, because that's long, isn't it?
They are a really good length.
What length are the eye pins, guys? Do we know? We'll find out for you, because those look longer than the last findings pack that we did. They
disappearing off.
40 they are, because the other ones were 30, weren't they?
Yeah, they are a good length of eye pin.
Ah, yeah, there you go.
If I hold those there, can you see? Put my hand in the right place. Can you see? And I've got my fingers over the little.
No, that's great. That gives an idea of the length, and actually that makes. So you just use one of those to make the.
Yes,
that's impressive, isn't it? Yeah. Great. Okay, if you would like to join us, it's less than £20, and of course you've got your coated tiger's eye. That's a beautiful metallic finish, and you can see how nicely that creates these impact luxurious looks, and that's what it is. It's got a very neutral feel about it, but it's got a very, very sumptuous look about it, and I really rather like the fact, and I'm quite relieved in some ways, that we've got the gold beading thread as well, because it just ties it all together.
It does, it just finishes it off, and you know, you can have that gold beading thread on show, or if you like, you know, if you like to have it tucked away, you can tuck it away as well. So it's completely up to you what you want to do with the beading thread, but it just even if you like to tuck your beading thread away, there's that little loop at the end is just the perfect tone to go with your findings. So it just finishes the kit off beautifully.
And I've just noticed something, and I'm just looking. I think you might be demming it, which is quite good. Look at this for these earrings. How cool are they? Now, am I right in thinking that that's the cord endings?
It is. It's the ribbon clasps. Yes.
That's a cool idea. So it just adds a totally different texture and a finish by using it in a different way. Now, the cord endings, for those of you who are wondering what a cord ending is, you know, that's cool, because obviously we've got lots of people watching who are watching for the first time. This is a cord ending. Now, of course, if you're working with threads or if you're working with any kind of ribbon, etc., you can place your cord inside this little cage and you literally just close them down and clamp it down, and then you get this fantastic professional finish where you get the lobster claw clasp and you get the extended chain as well. But as you can see, what Sarah's done is she's taken one part of the actual clasp section, so the actual clamp bit, and she's used them to create this beautiful effect. That looks great. So tell me, how did you do it? I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued.
Okay, well, those ribbon cord endings come with an open jump ring on them, so you can literally just open the jump ring, take the chain and the clasp and everything away.
Okay.
And
keep it.
Keep it. Yeah. You get a good length of chain, and you get a jump ring, and you get the clasps. So you get all of that. So keep those.
Yeah. To one side.
Yeah. And you basically want to take all of that off until you're left with the two pieces of the ribbon clasp.
Okay.
And what we're going to do with those is, one of them you're going to take, I don't know if you can see, if I hold it this way, can you see there's like a little tooth?
Oh yes, I can see it now. Yeah, we can, you can.
What we're going to do is we're just going to take that little tooth away, and all you need to do that is just nip in there with your pliers and just cut it out. Literally as simple as that.
Yeah.
There we go. And what we're going to do with our flat pliers is we're just going to close this up. Now, some people find these difficult to close, and my top tip is, even if you're using ribbon or anything in them, is you can just squidge to start closing that.
Yeah, just use your fingers.
It just makes it a lot easier. And so then use your flat pliers and take one side in and just fold it flat completely. And then using your flat pliers, you may want to have a second pair. Sorry, I'm going to just grab a second pair of flat pliers, my second pair of hands. And then just start to squidge the second one over, and literally you want to make that completely flat. So as flat as you can make it. So go right over it with your flat nose pliers, all over, until you make it absolutely as flat as you can. So you end up with a piece like that. Then I'm going to take my second ribbon clasp, and I'm going to put the flattened piece inside it like it was a piece of ribbon. And I'm going to have it so that I've got the loop from the first one out of the opposite end to the loop of the second one. So I'm going to literally, with my flat pliers, just hold all of that together, and I'm going to start to close the second one over the top. And it is a little bit fiddly just to start off with. Again, use your fingers if it helps. And you can see that I'm starting to close that first side, and then just take the second side in like that, and you'll end up with a completely flattened clasp with two loops on it. Then all I'm going to do to create the earrings is, I've taken one of my jaspers. Are they jaspers?
No, they're coral.
Oh, the coral.
Fossil coral.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I've literally just taken an eye pin and created a loop on the end. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little flat nose pliers, and I'm going to open up my loop like so, and I'm just going to put that loop through there.
Yeah.
And close that up. And if you're brand new to jewellery making, I'll just show you how to quickly make the loop on the end here. So I've got another one of my coral, and I've got an eye pin in this one, so it's already got a pre-shaped loop on one end, and I'm just going to form a loop on the other end, and I've left about 1 centimetre of the eye pin cut at the top there. And all I'm going to do is, with my round nose pliers, is just make sure that it's flat at the top of the round nose pliers, there's nothing sticking out the top, and twist my wrist away from me, reclasp, twist my wrist away from me, and then literally just kink that back so you end up with a perfect loop.
You know, the other day I was saying I've made some jewellery with my daughter. I could not for the life of me get that right. I kept on trying to do it and I kept on just making the wrong shape. I don't even know how.
I end up with Jewellery Maker now because it's a common condition with us jewellery makers that you end up with a groove in the nail because I use my nail to kink the eye pins back.
Of course, you push it down.
Yeah.
That's the bit that I kept on forgetting to do, I think.
And it's not a very good technique because you end up with a groove in your nail. You should use your pliers, but for speed, because we're making lots of kits and things up all the time, I always use my nails, which shall show you the proper way on TV. And then with these beautiful earring findings,
brand new.
I found the easiest way is I don't even need to open that loop up at the top. You can just feed it through, like so.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
And then you just close that up, and again, there we go. All done. One
You got
perfect
yourself an
earring.
amazing pair of earrings.
And what I've done with these ones is I've done them slightly differently. Can you see I've used the sandy coloured coral on the top?
Oh, yeah.
And the more sort of, not grey, but sort of browny coloured ones, but they've got those sandy colours in there on the bottom
Yeah,
ones.
that looks
so it's just
amazing.
a completely different look to the ones I made earlier
Right.
because I've just picked different coloured ones off the strand.
Just amazing how different it can be by the variants that we've already explored today about the variety that you get within a gem strand.
Definitely.
£19.95. Congratulations, you've got that less than £20. You've got your gold finishings of your findings, 98 of those, and then you're also going to get all of those glamorous, including the smoking quartz, including the coral, and of course that coated tiger's eye off one price tag, and of course the beading thread to finish it all off. And if you would like to be part and get started into jewellery making, you do so with a free tutorial booklet and DVD that comes free of charge with your first purchase from us. So get started for less than £20. All the other things that you need is of course a toolkit which comes in at less than £10. So that means you can get started into a brand new hobby. That's everything you need to get started for less than £30. It's a bit of a no-brainer really. If you want to go for it today. You may as well. You've got nothing to lose. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Once you get it home, if it's not right for you, and even when you've made up the jewellery and it's not right for you, you can still send it back and your money goes back into your account. Of course, that's for brand new buyers. Great to have your company today. We're going to make even more of our Summer Solstice show because we have, not only have we launched the Bead Loom, we're also relaunching the Macrame board. Make sure if there are people who you know are out and about, they're probably in the garden right now, tinkering away, get them watching because we are relaunching the Macrame board with also a multi-strand macrame bracelet, and that's coming up later on in the show. Plus we've got that mega bumper pack, and we've got our deluxe selection, and we've got the strand of aquamarine, and we've got the Wall of Fame.
If for any reason you're not satisfied, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
I have 237, and it's the lovely Emma in Derby. Hello, Emma. She says, this Wall of Fame entry is beautiful sage amethyst, one of my favourites. I've made this as a raffle prize for a school birthday fair at which I will have a craft stall on the 29th. Oh, that's next weekend, isn't it? Hope I am lucky soon, as I need money for my gemstone addiction. Love to all the presenters and guest designers. Well, right back at you there, Emma. Thank you so much, and what a brilliant prize that is. Amazing. I've done very similar actually. I did that with our school fair this afternoon. I'm so disappointed that I won't be there, but I know I'm sending all my best, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the weather will prevail and look after us so that we might be able to have a nice. They've got donkey rides organised and everything for our summer fair, so, and a balloon race. We're having a balloon race, so it should be great fun. So yeah, loads going on today. It's the time for summer fairs, isn't it?
It is. We've had ours at our school.
Have you already?
Yeah, we did it a few weeks ago.
Wasn't even summer.
I know, but we had a really lovely day for it. We managed to sneak one of those really nice days.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And did you make some jewellery?
I didn't this time because I was so busy, and I wasn't sure that I was actually going to be able to be there because my son was competing in his local Cubs sports day that morning, so I wasn't sure I was even going to get to the school fair, let alone be able to do a stall or anything. So unfortunately this year I missed out, but I
This is the time for it though, isn't it? The school
Yeah.
fairs and things like that. So if you are doing a school fair, just like oh, who was that? I can't remember. Emma in Derby. Good luck. Hope it goes well for you. Thumbs up.
Okay, I was instantly drawn to this one. This one's 238. Absolutely a beautiful piece of macrame work here. And this one is from Fiona. She says this week,
amazing.
I know, this week's Wall of Fame entry is a macrame flower made from 1mm satin cord. If you love that, we've got that coming up in a kit. And I think they are agate beads, both from Jewellery Maker. I will probably finish it by making a kumihimo braided necklace, but she hasn't decided yet. I'm wearing it as a brooch at the moment. Loving the show's techniques, designs and demos, and thanks to everyone for their hard work and for the entertainment you give me every day. And that's from Fiona. I've just learnt how to make these, Fiona, so it was one of the things I was going to do in a kit, so you've beat me to it.
I know, it's amazing.
It is.
That is incredible. And hard work. It's not really hard work.
It's just, it takes time. That's all. Just a bit
Oh
of
no,
time.
I'm saying our job's not hard work. She says, you know, keep up the hard work. It's not really hard work, is it?
No, it's enjoyable. If it's enjoyable, it's not hard work.
I'm speaking for myself. Obviously, I just get paid to talk. That's really easy. Obviously, Kaz's job and Amelia's job and Scott's job and Sarah's job really hard. Mine. Nothing. Chloe's job, easy. Chloe's got an easier job than anyone. Chloe's my director and she's not talking to me now. 239. Maybe if you worked harder, then I'd talk to you. We've got... I am only joking, Colo. Well, maybe. Kim has said, summer is upon us and I thought of a great idea for the polymer clay. It makes a change from the collars I've made. I was a little nervous at first, wondering if the glass would survive, but made this one with my son for a friend who is butterfly mad. Hope you all like it. Really hoping for a win as we have a fashion show stall in October and a few more gemstones wouldn't go amiss. Well, good luck, Kim. That looks fantastic. What a really inspirational look. Brilliant idea.
It is a brilliant idea.
239.
And I've got 240, and this is from June. She says, here's my entry for this week, made with amethyst, apatite, howlite, Chinese jade, abalone, and others from the Bead Scoop. Everything except the apatite nuggets are from Jewellery Maker, and that's from June in Rowley Regis.
That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? And that from a bead scoop as well just shows you what you can do with all those, you know, if you haven't got a bead scoop, with, you know, the gems you may have left over from a strand. Just
Or even
keep
from a
them.
deluxe selection.
Ooh, definitely from a deluxe selection.
Keep watching. We have for you 241 and it's Yvonne. Hello Yvonne. She says her entry is Kumihimo necklace made from ruby zozite nuggets from Jewellery Maker. She loves the show when she gets a chance to watch as she's at work and especially enjoys the demos from designer Mark, and she's enjoyed watching his macrame DVD. She says, bracket, a bit biased as he comes from my neck of the woods. Well, that's all right, you could be biased. He's a great guy. So congratulations to you, Yvonne, and keep on going with that, the macrame and of course the kumihimo, because your results are fantastic. It's a very impressive piece of jewellery. We've got lots still to look forward to, as I've already said. We have the relaunch of the macrame board in Mark's honour. I'm sure he's watching right now, probably seething that he's not here, but hi mate, we love you. And we also have aquamarine strand. We've got those beautiful shards of exceptional Amazonite, and if that wasn't enough, we also have a very special deal on a brand new, never been seen before deluxe selection tube. Find out what it is straight after the break.
Buying jewellery online from us has just become even easier with our new streamlined checkout service. We've made some little changes to make our website more accessible for all of the different ways you shop online, and now it's even easier using a mobile phone or tablet. Once you have added your items to your shopping basket, you can decide to check out now or save for later. Saving an item for later means you can easily find them in your own time, but don't forget to check back soon, as all our items are selling fast. One of just a few changes that will make buying jewellery from us even easier.
Come and join guest designer Laura Binding on our Viking Knit workshop. Laura will guide you through how to use a lazy daisy from start to finish. You will learn a variety of techniques including how to design bead caps and how to create the double knit weave. The full course includes a selection of different coloured gauged wires, a generous bead scoop, use of all relevant tools, a buffet style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and a visit to our gem museum. All of this for just $79.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Chandy beads are Jewellery Maker's range of 925 sterling silver beads that have been handcrafted in our workshop in the heart of Jaipur. There is an 8-stage process to craft these artisan beads. Stage 1 is the annealing process. This is when heat is applied to the sterling silver wire, then slowly cooled down in order to soften the metal to make it more workable. Stage 2. This is the pattern making process. This is where the silver wire is put onto the spindle of a rotary machine. Stage 3 is the cutting process, and Stage 4 is shaping. Stage 5 is soldering, and this is done to give firm joints to the beads. Stage 6, assembling. Stage 7 is surface cleaning. And finally, Stage 8 is the plating process, which starts with steam treatment to treating it with dilute sulfuric acid to remove the impurities and making it perfect for plating.
This amazing strand of aquamarine is coming your way very, very soon. A feature of perfection of this very, very exciting gemstone for your collection. Aquamarine, a world-renowned gem of beauty. And for less than £20 today, we are going to bring you one serious deal, less than £20. And when you start to look at each one of those stones and what it's going to do for you in terms of your gem creations, you know that this is going to be a piece that really should nowhere near go under less than 20. Nowhere near. Less than £20. A big offer. Keep watching and find out just what we can do for you. Less than £20. Coming our way. But not just yet. Not just yet. That wasn't enough. Look at that. Also coming up today. Another incredible... See, there is so much to fit in today. It is a fantastic celebration of the summer solstice. First day of summer. Woo! Are we feeling summery yet? Are we feeling summertime?
I'm ready for it now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Did you see? I got Sarah. She's like, yeah. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Kaz, are you ready for summer?
Yes.
Were you born ready for summer?
Yes.
Yes?
I'm born for August, baby.
Oh, well, there you go.
You're an August baby, so therefore you are ready for summer. You were born for summer then, literally born for summer. Yes. Amelia, are you feeling summer today?
I am.
And our Amelia, I will tell you, our Amelia, she's had a fall off her bike and she's hurt her elbow this morning and she's just a little trooper, but we need to get... Is it sore now? Yes, she's sitting down and she's just looking after herself. So, but she says she is up for summer, but she's not her normal Amelia self, and we don't like that because we love our Amelia, don't we?
I'll be bouncing back tomorrow.
She says she's be bouncing back tomorrow. No, you won't, because I want no more accidents this week. Thank you very much. You literally are. I think you are Miss. If there's, you know, there's like those books, the little Mr. and Mr. Men's, right? There actually should be a little Miss Amelia, and effectively it is just Miss Mishap, but it's little Miss Amelia. I might write a little book just about you, Amelia. And she fell off a bike, and then she tripped over a wire, and then she walked into, and then she ran, and she walked into a camera, and then we might wrap her with some bubble wrap, because that's the only way we can protect her, because she's too special to us. We have got for you another fantastic deal. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Vicki, by the way, if you're just tuning in for the first time, one of our presenting team. alongside the lovely Sara, one of our fantastic guest designers, who works to really inspire us and then give us some ideas to where we can go with our amazing designs. And well, we have lots to be able to be inspired by today, including this said designer offer. Now, it is a big offer, big offer. It doesn't look so big when it sits in the tube, and that's the thing that we have found for a lot of the time when we've brought these gem selection tubes. It's been very difficult to quantify what you're actually getting when you see in a tube to then how much in terms of potential jewellery making. So let's have a look inside. This is a 1 gemstone offer, okay? Normally these are a mixture of something like a nice amethyst with a rose quartz, things like that. Not anymore. This is a deluxe gem selection. Oh. It is the very first time, a premiere event, that we can bring you a full selection of Prasiolite. Yes, this is it, a full deluxe gem selection of Prasiolite, never been seen before and probably never to be seen again once this is sold out. I don't know whether there'll be repeat performances of a tube like this. This is a very, very special opportunity. We've done some fantastic deluxe collections, but this is the first time and probably potentially the only time we'll be able to bring you Prasiolite. This is one of the feature gemstones. Now, in our training meeting just last week, with Steve, one of our gem hunters, is also one of our bosses. We were discussing this gemstone. Do you want to know the main thing that we were talking about with this gemstone? How much it costs for us to buy it. How much it is when you start to consider how difficult it is to get hold of genuine gemstones. To get hold of amethyst, because of course this is a derivative of amethyst, this gemstone. To get hold of amethyst is actually lots easier than it is to get hold of this gemstone here. Green amethyst, much scarcer, much more difficult, and therefore, because it's so difficult to get hold of, what happens to the price? So much more expensive to get hold of. And the facts are is we have buying power. You know, there is no point in us pretending that we are a small company without buying power. We have huge buying power. But the buying power is not just about the size of our company, it's about how we go about making our purchases. We go as many times as we can direct to the mining source. We create connections. We have some of the best connections to some of the biggest mine owners in the world. They take us literally to their mines throughout the island. I mean, we've got one of our very close allies. He takes us to all of his mines and literally just says, this is what I found, which is the best bundles, which do you want? And we get first picks because of our connections. So with that in mind, even though this is gemstone very difficult to get hold of, we get hold of it, but we have to accept the fact it's going to be more expensive than your traditional amethyst because it's just so much more difficult to get hold of in the first place. So you've got this tube, and it is a very special offer. This is Prasiolite, the only time I've ever had the chance to do a deluxe selection, or potentially the only time I'm going to get the chance to do this selection. Let's have a look at how many you're getting. You can see there that close-up gives you some idea, but really it's very hard to quantify what this bundle is to you in terms of creating jewellery, which is when Sara and myself this morning did this. And I'm turning into a magician again, because quite simply we translated this bundle into this, and this is where it really comes into this. Thanks, Sara. Sara's there. This is all from one. This is, thank you, Sara.
There you go.
This is literally skipping rope length. This is the full length of gemstones from this scoop.
We weren't busy.
We were, yes. It's fair to say, at about 3 minutes to 9, I was still trying to do it. I just looked at Sara and went, I can't finish it in time, Sara, please help me. That That's not even 2 meters. That's over 2 meters. It has to be. That's over 2 meters of gemstones. And it's not just any gemstone, 2 meters of prasiolite. An incredible offer. And when you start to look at it in this size bundle, when you actually see it, you know, in that close-up or on the mat that I'm looking at here, you would never, ever put this bundle and then expect it to achieve 2 meters of gemstones. You don't see that, do you? I mean, that's what I mean. You just don't think. It's really hard for me to even show you. 2 meters is not something that I normally demo with. I normally do 30 centimeter strands. That's kind of like my standard stride. If I said 30 centimeters, so that's probably the average strand. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just say 5. Let's be generous. 5 feature strands in one offer. 5 feature strands in one offer. All of this for you for one price tag. Do you want to know the price is? 5 strands, effectively, more than that probably, but I'm being, you know, I'm trying to work on the cautionary quantity rather than the maximum. So if you said 2 meters of genuine gemstones for one price tag, would you believe me when I said I could do this for less than £15? 2 meters, effectively, 2 meters for £12.95. And when you see it in this bundle, when you see this pile of beautiful gemstones, I think you look at it and you go, gosh, that's gorgeous, that's beautiful, but it's really difficult to then quantify how much you're getting until you then put it into reality of a strand. 2 meters of gemstones you're getting for £12.95. 2 meters! That's a skipping rope. That literally is a skipping rope length of gemstones for £12.95. Not just any gemstone, but prasiolite, an incredible fresh gemstone. Of course, prasior meaning the beauty of soft, delicate greens, golden hues, and great clarity and quality. If you went on our website right now and tried to buy prasiolite, sometimes known as green amethyst, there is no way that we could price match what we can do in this bundle to the prices that we're doing on our website. We just can't do that. I mean, there is just not a strand of prasiolite to price compare. But if you went to then your green amethyst as an alternative name and you tried to research that, your price tag would be so much more. I mean, if I was asking at £12.95 for a standard size prasiolite, then that would be decent. A standard size gemstone strand, I'd say that was £12.95. On a normal day, on a normal place, you know, on our website, even I'm not even going to compare elsewhere. I'm saying compared to us, you are getting 2 meters of prasiolite for £12.95. It really is a reality check from seeing that amazing tube, and I love the way we present them. I love that you're getting all those loose gemstones, but when you see the loose that then is transferred into a strand, and that strand is 2 meters long, I mean, you know when you're making a lariat necklace, what kind of length is that? Are we talking around about, yeah, midriff? That's got to be around
it's only about a metre, probably.
Probably not even that, though, is it?
I mean, it depends how long it was. If you want it like sort of navel length, it would be probably about a metre, but if it was mid-drift, probably slightly shorter.
So you could probably get 2 or 3 lariat, long lariat necklaces,
definitely,
couldn't you?
Yeah, and if you make the ones with the loop, where you loop them through, they're even shorter. So, you know, it depends on the length you want it to be. But I mean, can you imagine macrameing belts with that? I mean, you've got so many gemstones. You could macrame yourself a green amethyst belt. Why not?
Imagine that.
You'd be the only one with one, but you could do it because you've got so many.
2 meters, of course.
Why not? That's beautiful.
I mean, the lovely thing is there's that softness about the colour as well, which would be great for bridal jewellery as well. You know,
how many combs, tiaras, clips,
fascinators, anything like that.
How many are you going to make from that? And they do work beautifully, because I had a mixed deluxe scope, and I made a hair comb out of it, and I only used about 15 gemstones. I mean, the pile you left me to put onto the beading thread this morning, there was hundreds in there.
I know.
And it was
But
only
when I
part of it.
started, Scott, my producer, no, I did it myself, Chloe. Chloe's just gone, yeah, Vic's made Sarah do it. I didn't. I stood there until about 3 minutes to 9, and I had literally still probably about another 30 to go on the strand. I just ran out of time, and I started probably about 8:30 this morning, didn't I, Scott? Starting to put them on, and at about 5 to 9, I just had ran out of time, and I had to, that's how long it took me to put on. That's how many gemstones there are. It's amazing when you put it like that. But I'm somebody who obviously I can process things when I see them like that. I can't process in my head how many gemstones I'm getting in a tube. It doesn't make sense to me. That's the type of, if I was being probably, you know, some kind of therapy, they'd go, you've got that kind of mind, you process things via visuals. I'm sure there's clever people who can tell me about that, but I need to see the length. You've got that, £12.95. Congratulations to you, an amazing deal. That's fab. That is fab, fab, fab. And now, I've got another bit of a special one. You may have seen the trade show the other day. And if you did see the trade show, you'll have seen this deal, but I have last of stock on this deal, and we just figured, well, we may as well pop it into the summer solstice show. We know a lot of people are buying today, so we wanted to give you the add it to the order offer. What's just suddenly gone funny? You've got here a combination of your large, your medium and your small presentation box. These are your brand new boxes. They are our deluxe boxes. As you can see there, they've got this fantastic vibe about them. These lovely jaunty designs where you've got still the luxury of finish. So these are your earrings where you do have they are designed for purpose, and they're not just stationary boxes. They are designed for your jewellery where you've got the form and the finish, and of course the cuts for your earrings. Also designed for your rings as well. So you've got there a nice slice through the foam there as well. And if that wasn't enough, we also have the larger bracelet box as well, and that comes with the foam, and literally just pop either your bracelet or the necklace over there, place it inside, and there's your presentation. A real luxury finish to your presentation. If you want to join me on this one, it is last of stock. We gave you the chance to own this last week on our, it wasn't last week, was it? It was this week, earlier this week. We gave you the chance to get this deal, but we have very limited availability left. We just figured that we knew everybody liked it, and we may as well just finish it off. If you want to join it, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to do it. All of these, all for £8.95. All for £8.95. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 feature boxes for £8.95. Well, there's the answer. Less than less than £1 each, isn't it, really? Less than £1 a box. Lovely way to present your jewellery. Really, really nice way to give that luxury finish. And whether you are selling at your summer fairs, and perhaps you want to give these as a special deal, I know, maybe a special deal for those who have spent a certain amount of money. You give them a nice presentation box because it's only cost you £1. You may as well do something like that because people will remember you and they'll probably come back to you and buy from you again. £8.95. It is a limited stock offer. It's your gift box collection. 9 boxes for one price tag. Hold those lines for me. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. It is a free phone number that you're dialing, and you can join us on the web at www.JewelleryMaker.com. An amazing deal, absolutely fantastic. When you think about it, the price of how much stationary boxes are, and these are then designed for jewellery, so of course you've got the insides and all of the that's great value, isn't it? Great value. Now then, we have got a course running today. You might have already seen the ladies when we were talking about what was going on in our workshop today. It's our vintage show, isn't it? It's our vintage workshop. Now then, it's with Gemma. How are you getting on?
Great. I'm really enjoying it, yes.
And in terms of what your expectation of the workshop is, what was it that you wanted?
Oh, I'm thrilled to be using the wire mesh because I've got some of that and not dared use it. So really thrilled to use that.
Oh, that's fantastic. And so it's just exploring different ways. I'll walk over this way now and I can get to talk to lots of... Can I stand right in the middle? Is that all right? I'll come here. A thorn between lovely roses. And your thoughts are, in terms of what you expected, is what? What did you want to achieve today?
Well, I wanted to achieve the vintage rose in the mesh. And that's been quite a challenge, but I think I've got there.
And have you done it already today?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness me, already?
Yeah, so we're now on to attaching that to a necklace now.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. So you're already achieving lots of lovely stuff.
Watched Gemma do it before on the television, and it's nice to be able to put it together with a bit of help, a lot of help.
Because it's that step by step, isn't it? Yeah. Sometimes you can watch, but actually just having somebody to give you the exact is really important, isn't it?
It is, yes. It makes a big difference when you can see somebody in front of you doing it rather than watching it on the television.
I think so, because I often think that I love our DVDs, but sometimes I want to ask the question, you know, I want to pause and then like have it as interactive, go, sorry, can you do that again? Because I totally didn't get that, you know. So it's quite nice to be able to do that in a workshop.
Especially for slow learners.
Yeah. Like that's me. I'm just saying, I tried to do just a simple loop in a head pin the other day with my daughter. I failed. I had to have 3 attempts at it. And how long have I been here? 2.5 years, and I still got it wrong. Now, obviously, you've joined us on our courses before, and how are you finding this one?
It's fantastic. Gemma's a really patient teacher, and she's such a talented lady. It's a real inspiration. I thoroughly enjoyed.
How much did she pay you to say that?
She paid me absolutely nothing. But this is my second course with Gemma, and I would totally recommend any of the workshops to anyone who wants to come. All the teachers are really patient and allow you to work at your own pace, and you always come away having learnt loads. So
and that's
really
important.
Happy.
And it's quite nice. It's quite nice for it to be. It's not just about learning. It's about sharing as well. I think, you know, when you get the courses, in some ways, it's about people coming together who've never met each other, but actually you've got the same passion, the same principles. And I often think that, and I found it by meeting so many lovely people in the courses and obviously out and about. Jewellery makers have a really, really lovely way about them in terms of they want to share. You almost want to learn from each other. It's not. It's a case of coming together as a community rather than it just being separate people doing their own thing. And that's what I feel like our courses often can create. Do you?
Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah, and I think we can sort of take things from other people as well.
Yeah.
And even though Gemma's teaching us to do one thing, people's interpretation of that one thing, you know, so you can maybe pass that on to somebody else.
That's right, and that's why I love the Wall of Fame, because I always think that that's another time for us to almost go, oh, this is what I've done and this is what I'm thinking, and somebody goes, oh, that's a good idea, I could do this, and it feels like there's like that ripple effect, you know, one person's idea then ripples on and on and on, you know. So I'm glad you're having a great day, everyone. And if you do want to know any more about our courses, I know that is this the vintage course running monthly? What's it?
It's at the moment it's every other month.
Okay.
But you know, it depends. I mean, if there's lots of people interested, I'm sure Kirsty's flexible. So.
Okay, we're just saying that Jem's just saying that it's running at the moment every other month, but obviously that's flexible based on who wants to join at different times. We'll do our best to arrange around the number of people who show interest. So if you do want to join us, if you do fancy being part of the Vintage Inspiration Workshop with Gemma, then please do speak to our course. We have loads of other courses running, whether you're interested in something like chainmail, perhaps you're interested in getting involved in polymer clay, or of course you do the beading thread as well, don't you, Gemma? We also have, you know, things like the bridal inspiration with Sheila. So whatever you're interested in, whatever or perhaps what you would like to challenge yourself to be involved in, then please do speak to our call centre, and they'll put you straight through to our Kirsty, who arranges all of our courses, bless her. Now, just to let you know, we do have, and ladies probably want to close your ears right now, because obviously you can't buy today because you're in the workshop. Close your ears now, ladies, because we do have coming very, very soon a relaunch of the Macrame board. Yes. Sorry, ladies, sorry. It's a relaunch of the Macrame board. We've already done the bead loom. My voice is going all of a sudden. Oh dear. That's a bit worrying, isn't it? Oh dear me. I was going to say, I'm going straight over onto another channel straight after this, so we're in bother if that's the case. I'll just keep talking through it. I'm very good at mime. We have lots and lots going on today, including our macrame board. Thank you so much for coming and taking the time to share with us your workshop, ladies. I really do appreciate it now. And I'll come and see your end results at about 1 o'clock before I then scoot off onto another channel. So thank you very much. Thanks, guys. We have, as I say, still lots and lots to look forward to. The macrame board, as you can see, we've got it all set up. Ooh, all set up, yes, with Sara coming up shortly. Let me just take a quick drink, sorry. Sorry about that. We have, yes, let's just show you that macrame board. You can see here, you've got your macrame board all set and good to go. It is a relaunch. We've already relaunched the bead loom, which we thought was going to be brilliant, and it was brilliant. Well, the amazing thing is we have then got another relaunch of the macrame board. It's coming up in probably about 10 minutes time. Not long to go on this one, 10 minutes time. And we've got another kit. We've got some brand new bumper. Of course, we've got the bumper pack. We've got loads of people who are excited about this. The price tag, I'm still very, very worried about. I am worried, and I don't mean in terms of it's too expensive. I'm worried that it's going to devalue. I honestly am. What we're about to do on this is just a little bit silly, and it's coming up. It's coming up later on, probably around about 12:30, so that's around about 40 minutes time if you're watching on the repeats. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about that. Now though, you've just heard the ladies talking about this wire mesh. This is it. A lot of people absolutely enthralled by what this ingredient can do, because it's not just one look. You know, I often think that you can get one item that then only has one derivative, doesn't have any variants. This multiple purposes. So it is, as you can see, ribbon-like quality. Now it's a little bit more textured than ribbon. It's got a really nice movement to it. It is also, as you can see there, double ply. You can see that you can put inside, so you can have like almost like an internal detail. And as you can also see, if I pull it out, it's not just one look at all. If I open it out, it then creates a totally different style, a frill. Now, you heard the ladies talking there that you can also create a vintage rose from this. Now, I don't know whether Gemma's actually, can somebody just quickly run in and get one of the vintage roses so that, oh, Sarah's going to do it for us, so we can show you what the vintage rose is. Because if you join us on the vintage workshop, you'll be able to do this, but you might already be able to you know, work it out for yourself. Sarah's gone in, you can see there, Sarah's stealing the vintage rose. Thank you, sorry. Oh, fab. Oh, this is one of our lovely ladies now. I cannot remember name. Oh, I can't remember. I think it might be Jill. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Now this is one of the pieces that's been made today on our course. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. So this is the vintage rose, and this is created from this incredible mesh wire. It's very, very versatile. Now the interesting part about it is that you can create looks like this. You can create an amazing tube-like design, so if you pull it through, or you can create looks like this. You can see here. So you can widen it out and it creates this beautiful detailing as well. You can plait it. You can see a little bit of detail here as well, where you can plait it and it creates this lovely metallic shimmer, like a metallic ribbon. So there's lots and lots of different ways that you can use this one wire mesh to get a very, very exciting look. Now, if you're going, oh, that sounds brilliant, but what happens if it goes wrong? The good news is, if it goes wrong, you pull it out and you start all over again. You literally have got the unbeatable quality of Are you going to get wire as well? Sorry, I stopped because Scott's just told me the price. Right, can I just highlight the fact that this, I know, is £8.95. It is, isn't it, Sarah? It's £8.95. This is £8.95, Scott. This, it's a metre, and this is £8.95. I know that because I've done it plenty of times before, and I do it for £8.95.
Yeah.
But yet the whole bundle, including 10 metres of wire as well, coming in at £7.95.
Doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Somebody needs an accountancy lesson, I think.
Somebody does need to go back to the maths. That's it. You need to go back to maths class, Scott. Definitely need to go back to maths, Scott. I mean, serious. This, on our website right now, is £8.95. So even if we did a price of £8.95 and we were giving you the wire for free, that's brilliant. But we're not. We're doing both.
And I believe you only use half... Gemma will confirm it, but I believe you only use half a metre to make one of those roses. So you've got 2 roses.
So you could create 2 roses.
And you need wire to complete the rose. So you've got everything you need ready to go.
That is absolutely incredible. £7.95. It's called All in Red, featuring your coral mesh and your red coloured silver plated copper wire in your 0.25mm gauge wire. You've got the potential to create this fantastic look and many more. I mean, let's not underestimate. You've got the chance to be able to widen this to create leaves. You can also create plaits. You can create beautiful tubes, so it'll make an amazing cord-like neckline piece. So you can really get a lot of versatility from this one ingredient, get lots of different variants for £7.95, and that on its own is £8.95. That on its own is £8.95. So how we've just done that, we've price slashed and we've given you the wire for free. That's what we've done. I mean, I don't really know how that works out. I don't really understand how that works. I'm not trying to work it out, to be honest. I think sometimes it's easier not to work it out. It's just one of those, yeah, it just happens. You know, a little bit of things like when your children ask you questions that you don't know the answer, so you just end up with going, just because. Oh, why does this happen, Mummy? Just because. Because it does. £7.95. It's easier sometimes not to ask the question, I think, or not to know the answer, because if you know the answer then you might get just a bit more bamboozled. My head's already full of stuff that I don't need to know. Congratulations if you got the one. £7.95. Macrame board is coming up in around about 5 minutes time. We are on countdown for our Macrame relaunch for the board, and we've got that bumper pack, and we've also got, let's not forget, your aquamarine. Aquamarine, true. These are just perfect teardrops. The beauty of this strand is phenomenal. I adore it, and it's coming your way in the last hour of the show. But before that, well, we've seen this one, and you know you want it. I've had lots and lots of people excited about these individual pendants, and I think that's the best way to describe this strand. They are pendants of Amazonite. For me, if you did get from the trade show any of the suede cord, then you know that you might have already got the bales as well, because we did a bale deal as well. If you got either of those, where you're going to get some exceptional wearable stylish jewellery. This could be gents and ladies jewellery, actually. That's the nice thing about it, isn't it?
It is. I mean, if you've got any sort of brown suede or leather cord, or even the hemp cord in the natural colours we do.
Nice, yeah.
Very, very sort of looks very masculine when you put that with almost any sort of coloured gemstone, really. I've been working on some bits that I'm working on, and I've been making some kamihimo pieces with those hemp cords, and they look very masculine even when you're using different coloured gemstones with them. They naturally just sort of push it towards the masculine side.
I think also because of, like, with it being summertime, and officially now the first day of summer, to get that summertime look for ladies and for gentlemen, it is just a case of you don't need to go too over the top to get a really wearable, stylish summertime look. And just one centre gemstone gemstone, whether we obviously for the ladies maybe with a bit of chain, or for the gents with a bit of suede cord, that could be quite a surfery kind of style for the gents, and then a beautiful elegant centerpiece for a maxi dress for the ladies.
I was thinking surfer with a single piece, because you quite often get, you know, like the carved pieces that the gents wear, the surfer jewellery. It's kind of got that feel to it.
Let me show you the size of one of these. Let's just give you some indication. Actually, you don't even need a close-up. You can see from a distance, can't you, how well that sits. That looks lovely. But I'm kind of a bit infatuated by turquoises. I just love turquoise. I really do. And I always think that the nice thing about gemstones like this is that you could put it with a smoky quartz for perhaps more of a winter autumn look, but you could put it with against maybe a little bit of a, you know, a nice summer dress with a bit of silver chain, and you've got a perfect wearable. I mean, one of these could be even like a nice centerpiece for a drop, you know, if you wanted to wear it more of a, especially when you're wearing, you know, I've got a tunic top on today and you want something a little bit longer, a little bit more tassely. I mean, that would be a fantastic addition to get that look. You've got a real quality about this strand, and I know there's a lot of people excited about the opportunity to get these. How many are you getting on a strand? Well, of course, each strand will be different, but if we say on the average, you're getting 7, and that's 7 pendants. What's the price of a pendant on a like, you know, perhaps
a gemstone one or a
no?
faux?
Let's well, standardly most places only do for synthetics, don't they?
I mean, even sort of plasticky glass type. I mean, you can pay a fortune for a glass bead.
I know. I looked at the other day. I was looking at like the synthetics, not as this big.
No.
You know, smaller than this, around the £3 marker. I was looking at.
Yeah, and you know,
synthetic.
Yeah, and you buy them singly. You don't get a graduated, toned strand like that, where if you wanted to make like a lariat piece with one of those on either end of the lariat, possibly using that bundle you've got next to you with the clear quartz, and is it moonstone or is it shell?
Oh, this is shell.
Is it shell? I can't quite see from over here, but those two together making a lariat style piece.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know exactly where you're going. Yeah,
with one of those on either end as the weight.
That's the drop.
Yeah, and that would just look amazing.
Oh yes, please.
So
now, I will say I'm on limited stock already on this. We're already down on the stock, and I think that's because everybody sees and identifies an opportunity. Because if you want to buy synthetics, you could probably buy individual pendants, not even this size, for around the £3 marker. But if you want genuine gemstones, how about this? We can bring you a full strand. That's 7 features on this strand, and I'm going to work that on the average. 7 feature pendants for £14.95. £14.95. Well, that's £2.10 a piece, is it? £2.15. That's it. £2.15 a pendant. £2 for genuine gemstones, for the luxury of some of our best. And you know, if you've seen some of our, this is some of our finest qualities of colour. This is a fantastic look, an amazing opportunity. I have now, I'm straight into double figure quantity on this. We had a really good quantity. On this, but it is now double figures left. If you would like to join me, of course, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee, which gives you the chance perhaps to do your own research. Maybe head to your local craft shop. Perhaps you've got, you know, one of the warehouse craft shops that is close to you, or maybe you've got a local, you know, department shop with a haberdashery section. You know, the thing is that you're probably going to be price comparing on synthetics. Most haberdasheries and most, you know, hobbyist types shops are actually normally offering you synthetics, you know, the mass-produced pieces of glass, you know, crystallizations that pretend that they're something more than they are. This is genuine gemstones. Of course, we are part of the Genuine Gemstone Company here at Jewellery Maker, and really our history and our family business, and it is a full family run business, it is all based on the ethos of genuine gemstones, the real deal or not at all. And that's what you've got here, the real deal in every way, shape and form. £14.95. That's £2.15, I think I'm right in saying, £2.15 per pendant. Magnificent look. That is going to look gorgeous, isn't it? That really is going to look gorgeous. Have I got that right in the maths? I don't want to say that and then get it wrong. 13. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. £2.13. Yes, 7.
I just said £3 for the middle one and £2 for each other one.
Well, that's it, because of course you are. I mean, that big one is that is quite a dramatic gemstone, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a serious drop. beautiful, really. And that mean, you're quite right, that probably would be more expensive elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and if you could buy them elsewhere, you'd be buying them singly probably, waiting an awful long time for them to be delivered from wherever with no guarantee that they're actually what they say they are.
And that's the hardest part about it for many people buying from other places, is that they've got no guarantee that, like something like at the moment, there's a huge thing on turquoise in the jewelry industry. There is a lot of places that are selling turquoise, and that's the name that they put it, and that's the name that they're selling it under, and actually it's not. It's actually probably potentially either a dyed howlite or alternatively just a synthetic that looks like turquoise, but it's being sold as turquoise. Now you have got to trust the person that you're buying from, that they're telling the truth. Now one of the things that when you come to us is that we obviously with our name we have a reputation, we are regulated, and also we have people who then obviously are a part of the laboratory tests that we do. We have at least 2 laboratory tests for our strands, and on top of that we have in-house gemologists. So when we put our name to a gemstone, when we're saying look, you're getting Amazonite, when we can really quantify that, we can tell you that, and it's a name that you trust. I think if you buy from us, you've got to trust the fact that we are putting our reputation on the line, and when you've built up a reputation of nearly 10 years in the jewelry industry, that's a long time to really get that reputation of knowing that they give quality, they give genuine gemstones, and that's all they do. But we're never ever going to want to lose that, and that's why we really will say to you, when you know what you're buying from us, you know that you're getting quality, and you know exactly what we can guarantee. Well, we're going for a very quick break, but when we come back, it's time for a relaunch number 2 of our Summer Solstice show. Yes, we are relaunching our Macrame board, plus we've got that mega bundle deal to go with it. 1 minute's time. Be prepared. Do you know somebody's out in the garden? Are they out in the garden? Friend down the road who watches Jewellery Maker, but they're not watching today because they didn't know this was happening. Pick up the phone and tell them. If you're on Facebook, spread the word. Anybody who's on Facebook who you know's working, who needs to be watching for the relaunch of the Macrame board, please send out that post. Oh, look! Oh, I said the right words and everything. Oh, my mum and dad are going to be so proud of us. Look, I'm getting all technical. Send out a post now, and if you're on Twitter, then you can tweet. Ooh. You can tweet a message. You just spread the word. I need you to do it in 60 seconds from now.
Once the gemstones leave the laboratory, it's then down to the quality control process. This is a really stringent process which is completed by Raleigh and by Ithaca. Random strands are taken from each one of the lots, and you get the average size, carat weight and length of each strand. And this is done so that you know the information that you see on your screens is correct.
The summer holidays are fast approaching, so make sure you tune into Jewellery Maker on Wednesday the 26th of June for great inspiration and ideas for your holiday jewellery.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Would you like to try a new hobby? Then why not give us a call on 0800 644 655 and we'll send you a free copy of our DVD and booklet to help you get started. You don't even need to make an order. Get involved with Jewellery Maker.
Well, we launched our Macrame board on our birthday show, and truthfully, you blinked and the quantity went from 3 figures, and it was big 3-figure quantity, and we blinked, we refreshed the computer, and it was allocated. That, I honestly do think that is probably the fastest allocation of one item that we've ever had in our history. It was crazy fast. It was ridiculous. You've got your macrame board here. Now, we have relaunched since then, but again, it was a blink, refresh the computer, sold out. Now, it's been over 8 weeks since we've had the macrame board on air. I've already got buyers phoning up, and I haven't even got any of the graphics on. I haven't got anything, any details on, and I've got people who are savvy. Yeah, I've got to. I tell you what, I will go straight to it. There's no point. We'll talk about how it works. We'll show you the demonstration. We'll do all of that in a second, but we'll do it in the best way we can, which is giving everybody the equal chance to get this essential. And I mean, I know this is a silly thing to say. It's because it's non-essential, but to make life easy, it is essential. You've got your macrame board. It's backed by popular demand. It's going to be another sellout deal. Come and grab it while we've got it. One price tag, one offer, and yours for less than a tenner. It's £9.95 for your macrame board, and it's there with so many variants. Oh, goodness me. Do you want to know? Do you want to know that our call centre are going to have to work so hard? It's not funny. Well, it's kind of funny, but it's not really funny. If you do have any type of patience, then you'll need to use it on the phone lines for us. We will process your call. We've got a really good stock this time round. Really good stock. So if you're holding on the lines, I can pretty much be confident saying there is okay, we've just sold 150 in a refresh of a press of a button. So I was about to say I feel really confident that if you're holding on the lines, you're going to be successful. But if we're refreshing at 150 disappearing, absolutely amazing offers. Please be patient. Our call centre will answer your call. If you are on the phone lines, we are going to process your call. You know we are just working really hard. Our call centre answering your call as fast as they can. The good news is as well is that we think that we have sorted out our web problems. But if you're having any kind of difficulty, if you've got any suffering from any technical problems on our website, please just pick up the phone and dial the free phone number, because that's where we can guarantee that you'll be able to purchase this. If you are hearing an engaged tone though, that means if you're picking up the phone and you've dialed the number and then you hear the beep beep beep, then you need to put the phone down, dial again until you hear us going hello and welcome to Jewellery Maker. That's when you stay on the lines, and that's where we can process your call. We will keep you informed as we go over to Sarah to see this technique, because we've got a technique to share with you. Now, I tell you what, are we going to go straight over, or do you want to do the kit first? Right, okay. Okay, let's do the kit then. That's fair dues, because we may as well let the phone lines calm down. Is that all right for you, Sarah? Because what you've created is actually part of the kit that we've got for our last kit of the day, isn't it? Now, keep hold of the lines. You're definitely on the lines. You've definitely got that. We're going to bring out the graphics. As you can see on the bottom here, it's about to come up with the macrame board, so you know that it's still available, okay? It is still available. We're just going to keep on moving on because we've got so many people on the phone lines. We just need to do it that way. It's much easier for us to do that, okay? So we are going to do that for you. The macrame board is still available, so keep on the lines. We are going to bring it to you now. Belle of the Ball. Oh, that's a nice name. Ah, yes, it's the Belle of the Ball. And this is how you become the Belle of the Ball. There's lots of proms around at the moment, isn't there? End of school, leavers dues and things like that. You can see at the bottom of the graphics there, the macrame board is still available. Okay, so just stay on those lines for us. We really do appreciate your patience. We know you want it. We're giving you the chance to own it. You just need to stay on the lines for us and your call will be answered. We're just moving on, but we're only moving on because we are going to then come back to the macrame board when we see Sarah's creation, because Sarah has created a fantastic multi-strand macrame bracelet, and that works hand in hand with the macrame board. So we may as well do both at the same time. We may as well have a dual carriageway than a single line country road. We have got for you, that's how my mind works. That is just a small inset That is an insight into how my mind works. I always put things into metaphors.
I see an easy way of doing it.
Oh, I'm just odd. There's no point in justifying it. Thanks, Sarah. I appreciate it. That's a friend who tries to justify me being odd. I appreciate it. You've got here an amazing, I say it as I see it. We have got here a combination of some fantastic gems. You have got amethyst in a double strand. You've got a beautiful strand of aquamarine. And to finish it all off, you've got your multicolour fluorite. You've got your top drilled puffy ovals. These are 18 by 13. And as you can see there with the fluorite, what a great range of gems and colours and textures. You've got your citrus yellows. You've also got your deep purples. You've got your lavenders. You've got those beautiful minty greens as well, which come through, fresh turquoises, all together in your drop design. You've got a double strand of your amethyst. These are your smaller nuggets. These are 4 by 3 to 9 by 4. And to finish it all off, well, this is just such a nice tranquil design, isn't it, that you're going to create from your jewellery because of that soft delicacy of your 6mm plain rounds of aquamarine. We're going to keep on adding on this because there is a lot to add. Whoever's made up this kit has been very, very giving, because they're also going to give you, and this is one of our biggest sellers at the moment, satin cord. Satin cord we just can't get enough of at the moment, and you've got your beautiful dusky pinks of your satin cord within this offer. Not where we're stopping, because you are getting a further feature threading pack. And that's why this goes hand in hand with the macrame board, because it's so much threading pack. You're getting your wax cord in your tan and in your cream. You're then getting 5 meters of your organza ribbon of both your nude and of your caramels. And you're also getting your beading thread, and hooray, look at that beading thread matching alongside those beautiful tan colours. With you've got your monofilament and your elastic. And to finish it all off, you've got 98 pieces of your antique bronze, copper plated findings. The antique bronze just really adding that vintage edge. You've got lots of different variants of the findings, from extender, toggle clasps. Of course, you've got the traditional eye pins and head pins, crimp beads and crimp bead covers, but you get brand new shepherd hooks. You're getting your extended chains with your cord endings, and that's very important for anybody who's into the macrame to make life easy. Those cord endings are the antique bronze, so brilliant to get that nice flourish of matching textures. And often was the case when we had the silver findings and then you used a gold thread, it just wasn't cohesive. But we realised that, and obviously we've gone away, and these are your new finding packs. So you're getting all of your antique bronze, including the cord endings. I have limited availability on the macrame board now, limited availability on the macrame board. So if you are on the phone lines for that, well, maybe you just want to add this next offer. It's the belle of the ball. Lots and what? Do you want to know how low we could go this? I'm sure you've just said a price tag that can't be right. I'm not joking now. I'm not joking. No way. You've made me even more northern there. You made me go even more no way, Jose. Oh my giddy aunt. Crikey on a bikey. I'm literally, this is serious. I have gone all northern on myself. Do you know what I mean? Amazing, amazing deal. That's $17.95. You've got actually, I mean, really 4 strands, because it's a double strand of amethyst. And then you've got that amazing, and everybody wants it. Everybody's loving our satin cord. You've got some more. You've got 10 meters of your wax cord, great for macrame. You've got another 10 meters of your organza ribbon, great for macrame. And you've also got those beautiful drops and the antique bronze findings, all for one price tag of £17.95. Truly extreme pricing there. That is a limited edition now, a limited availability. You know that's going to, flying out. If you got the board, and if you got the this is a brilliant shawl.
It's amazing.
Isn't it?
I'm in love. I haven't had my hands on one of these boards yet, and I'm absolutely loving it. This would have made my life so much easier. My clipboard is going in the bin. It's just makes life so much easier. Just even setting it up is just a breeze.
Really? You want it, don't you?
This one might have to come home.
Come home with you.
I will phone the call centre and pay for it, but it's coming home.
It's coming home.
It's been opened, so you know it can't go to a customer.
Absolutely. I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to take it. Do you know what I mean? Grab your dress. 17.95. Oh, it is quite a short dress today, actually. That's perfect. It flares out as well, so it's probably up the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think it would.
Yeah, just put it in your handbag.
I'll put it in my Jewellery Maker bag.
It's a fantastic board. I can tell you now I'm on very limited stock of both the kit and the Macrame board. Not surprising. Very, very popular too. I mean, as I say, I called it like a dual carriageway, but that's because part of me thinks that if you get the kit, you get the Macrame board. If you've got the Macrame board, you get the kit because they are working hand in hand. You've got the threads, you've got the ribbons, you've got obviously the cord, and you've then got the gemstones from the kit, and then you've got the Macrame. I mean, single quantity figures of the Macrame board, single quantity figures. If it's in your basket, you've got to check it out straight away, otherwise you could lose out, okay? I mean, absolutely, because the phone buys are still buying. Okay, the phone buys are still buying, so if you haven't checked out your basket, you've put it there and you think that you're safe, you're not. Putting it into your basket is effectively a wish list. It's not a guarantee until you go straight to checkout. So check out to guarantee it's yours. And I've still got queues on the lines, for that Macrame board, and I'm into literally the last 5 or 6 that I've got left in offer. And we had a huge quantity, and I mean, I assure you, huge quantity. It's just one of those things. We knew that was going to happen there.
We did. It's just such a useful tool. Again, like the bead loom, having the tools for the jewellery making process makes it more enjoyable. You know, if you're trying to, you know, do something and you haven't quite got the right tools for it, it takes the shine off the hobby. And you know, you want to enjoy this, and this is something you can sit with it on your knee in front of the TV, or you can sit in the garden with a nice glass of something cold, and make your jewellery and really enjoy that process, having all the tools in the right place, you know, not having to think, I've got to have a bulldog clip here and a this, that, there, and it's all done for you, and it's safe as well. If I picked that up and I was to do anything with it, my beads are not going anywhere.
That's the thing I was just wanted to say. We're about to do a demonstration, but we're doing a demonstration on the reverse of the actual Macrame, only for purposes of demonstration, because if I just show you, because I don't know whether you know, but anything checked on camera often makes the it goes very funny. Yeah. It blurs the lines and things go weird. So we can't actually demonstrate with the check with this board on the way that it's designed, but it's only because of the cameras. It's only because our cameras can't process and it goes wrong. So that's why we're going to demonstrate on the reverse. But you would obviously be creating your detailing on the Macrame board, and it's set up as you can see there with numbers, etc. It's all set up, good to go. But we just can't demonstrate it because of our technical issues. We have to do it on the reverse. So just to highlight that. So if you go, why are they doing that? It's designed for one thing. It's because we can't. Shall we just get on with it? I will say now the Macrame board is now being allocated. Okay, so the Macrame board is now all gone, according to our information for now. Of course, obviously, people put in the basket. Sometimes it comes back into stock. All of that. If you are still holding on the lines for the Macrame board, I'm sorry, it's now all allocated. We do know you want more. We have put another reorder in, just like with the bead loom. We've done exactly the same again. It's already there. We are definitely going to get some more in. It's just a case of, you know, we can only store so many. Then this allowed. We'll get some more in. We'll sell. Okay. So then we've got the kit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces of jewellery that have been made from this one kit. 9 pieces. Oh, that's gorgeous.
And that's a type of Macrame as well.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Different type of knotting, which with the board would have been an awful lot easier. Again, I didn't have the correct tool. So if you have got the board, you know, if you saw the flower the lady made on the wall of fame, again, this board is brilliant for doing that with, because you can also not only have all multiple threads, but some Macrame you need to pin your work to something.
Yes.
This is so much better because it's such a deep foam. It's very much like your Kumihimo disc type foam.
That's just, yeah, it is.
But you can pin into it and all sorts, so it's going to make your life so much easier. It's definitely going home.
I was just going to say, I think it's fair to say, truthfully, can I just say, just in case, and obviously Scott and my boss as well, if anybody of our management team is watching, I will buy this for sale. No, I will though, because I just feel the passion. I feel your passion, and I feel that you need this. So, and then we have taken the wrapper off, so therefore,
it can't go back. Sorry.
It's there. Lots and lots of feature jewellery that you can create from this kit. From the double strand of amethyst, you've also got that beautiful drops of fluorite and the aquamarine. Of course, don't forget, we've got that amazing extra special strand of aquamarine also coming up later on, which is a perfect add it to your order if you've already got this beautiful kit. And you've done some wondrous jewellery. But I'm just reminding myself, you've made 9 pieces of jewellery and the kits cost $17.95.
And I had all that left as well.
That's less than £2.
All the ribbons. And
so you really could have made some more macrame, just individual kumihimo.
Yeah, that was all left.
The thread.
Yeah.
Gosh, there's lots of cord
left.
left.
Loads of cord left. Yeah.
Wow.
So that, you know, you've got so much scope with this kit. So you've got loads and loads of bits left over. But we're going to show how to do that one.
So that's less than £2 a piece of jewellery. Is that right? £1.99, something like that, less than £2 a piece of jewellery. Well, I don't know about you, but I would happily hand over lots more than £2 for any one of those pieces of jewellery, from the earrings onwards. That's incredible, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Okay, £17.95. How many have we got left of that kit? Okay. Half the stock's allocated of this kit. If you are wanting to join us, we've still got availability of £17.95. There are queues of around about 30 seconds, something like that. Your call will be processed. We do need to make apologies for you if you didn't get the macrame board. All I can tell you is that if you picked up the phone fast enough, we allocated as many as we possibly could. We did allocate as many as we possibly could. Everything that we had was yours for the taking. Okay.
Right, can I take that one?
Yes, miss, of course.
Pop it on here so you can
because this is a multi-strand macrame.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you can macrame, you can do this. It's just taking it one step further.
Okay. Extreme macrame.
Extreme macrame. Well, it's not even extreme macrame because it gets much more extreme than what we have here. And if you want to make the macrame flower the lady made, it's one technique. You just keep going with it. So macrame it's not just one particular style of knotting. The square knot that we know is one of the macrame knots, but there are many more. And the brown flower design one has got a different knot in there, macrame knot, and that flower is actually removable, so it can be a masculine piece if you wanted to.
That would be brilliant.
Yeah, it just slides on and off.
Oh, that's a good idea, isn't it?
So, you know, you've got scope. You're talking about holiday jewellery.
Yeah.
You've got your daytime piece.
Oh, Sheila, are you watching? Sheila might be watching now. Sheila, there's a good idea, because Sheila's doing our Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. What is it today? Friday. This coming Wednesday. Not a clue. We have got a summer holiday show, and we're talking about like removable jewellery or making more out of one piece of jewellery, and that would be a great one. Sheila, have you got that one?
I'm being asked how much I want for that piece of jewellery. I think I've sold it.
Are you going to take that? Oh, Tom's going, yeah.
Obviously minus the flower.
Minus the flower. Tom wants this minus flower. Well, Tom's going on holiday. So look, I'm feeling generous. Tom, I shall get you this as well. Right, that's Tom's. It's official. Tom's going on holiday. He's going on holiday on Monday. So
there you go.
Scott says he wants now. No, you're not going on holiday. Sorry, Scott. No. You're not going on holiday yet, though, are you?
Right, okay, we better demo this before we sell all the jewellery. How you start this off is on your macrame board, or if you've got the macrame board, is you need to have 3 sets of lazy strands, which are your beading thread, and 3 pieces of doubled over cord, okay? And I've just laid that out, and each one at the top here, I've just done 1 square knot. Okay, that's all I've done so far, and I've just anchored those in. How I started the bracelet, I don't know if you can see, is I actually looped them over an eye pin, all those threads to start off with, and that is your luggage loop type knot. If you can tie a luggage loop, you know, where you put it through the luggage label and you tie it over, it's the same knot. It's called a lark's head knot if you want to get technical, but for anybody else it's a luggage tag knot.
Perfect.
And that's how I started it. And if you do that, you can attach those through your slots on your macrame board as well, once you've got them onto your right pin, but for speed I'll just attach these. And what I'm going to do to start off with this first section here is I'm going to take my centre 2 threads, which I made my first square knot with, and I'm going to take those outwards and I'm going to cross the inner left and the inner right into the centre.
Yeah.
So I've taken those and they've gone out to the side. Yeah. And all I'm going to do is take one of my beads, which I've already pre-thread onto my lazy strand, up, and I'm going to make a square knot. And with all of these, apart from a couple, you always do it left-hand side, then right-hand side, whichever you prefer. Just make sure you've always got a standard way of doing it.
So this is going through the middle lazy strand, yeah?
Yeah, so form your loop underneath the lazy strand, back through, and see if you can make the square knot. There we go, 1 square knot.
Good.
Then what I'm going to do is those 2 that I took out, the underneath that crossed out, are coming back in again.
Okay.
This is where your board comes in really handy because you can anchor these over to the side on your side slits of your board. And then I'm going to do a square knot again. So that's the first little bit. Gosh, I've suddenly got the shakes. I must need some food. Oops. Excuse me, I've gone underneath 2. Right. Ah, being naughty this one. Let me just get it in the right place. There we go.
So you're just making sure that you've got them above. It's got to be above, and that one had just snipped itself
just
underneath.
Snuck underneath that lazy
okay, so it's got to be always above. The cords, the active cords have always got to be above, because then when you're knotting, you're taking them underneath, aren't you?
If you find these are too close, you can always just spread them further out.
Okay.
And then just move them back in as you get further down the bracelet. So the choice is yours. So that is my first centre section.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay, so that is this part here.
Yeah.
So we've just done the double knot, put a gemstone in, and we're at this point onwards there.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
And now my
next section
is I am okay. I'm going to take okay. So take the thread that's already coming out of the top here. Can you see this one? The first square knot we did.
Top to the middle.
Yeah. And I'm going to just make, so there's no bead in this section, so we can get rid of those.
Yeah.
There's no bead in this section. We're just going to make a square knot on this side, on the left-hand side. And this is going to just create a hollow.
Yeah, you've got that lovely, like, large loop. Yeah.
It's like a lacy effect almost.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, very much.
So do that on that side, like so. And that will create your hollow on that side. And this is the only side, I'm going to do exactly the same on the right, but this is the only time where your square knot will go in the opposite direction on the first knot. So I'm actually going to thread the outer, not the outer thread first.
Okay.
So it's going to be
you're going on the reverse, only for that because you're on the right hand side.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll end up with your hollow not quite looking right on this side. It'll pull in a different direction. So just underneath and through, like so. And then, because you see, then see this thread's automatically being pulled in the right direction.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
And
just to create that oval loop.
Yeah, and then so your opposite side. Whoop, under you go. Whoop. There we go. All fingers and thumbs today. So that's pulled that section there. So I've created my hollow. Then what I'm going to do is these 2 threads that are coming into the centre.
Yeah, the 2 that are coming out, you can actually see them.
They want to pull into the centre.
They do. They're almost telling you where they want to go, don't they?
Not me next.
Yeah.
So fair enough. And we're going to knot those into the centre.
In exactly the same way with a square knot.
With a square knot again.
And again, there's no right or wrong, is there?
Actually, do you know what? I'm going to tell a fib.
Okay, go on.
We're going to knot these side ones first.
Okay.
So they're going to put up a bead, and we're going to knot the side ones first.
Yeah, because we're now at this point here. This is quite complicated when it starts to break it down, but it's really nice to be able to do something like this, isn't it? So we've created the middle shaft, and now we've done these beautiful outer loops, and now we're starting to introduce the next part of the gemstone selection. So you've got these outer loops, and now we've got this knot. We've just created the square knot, and now we're introducing the gemstones and knotting them in as well.
So just again, a square knot, again, left side first, then the right hand side.
It's exactly the same again, just bringing up the gemstone, knot it in the simple ways that we've already established with the square knot, and the same again on the opposite on this side as well. Got you.
So just make sure you're getting your threads symmetrical on
It's
both
just taking
sides.
your time to work it out as well.
It is.
You know, it's
not
just stopping and thinking.
Yeah, it's not a rushing one, this one. It's quite therapeutic. It probably took me, once I got the pattern sorted, it didn't take me too long to do. So what I'm going to do is now, can you see those two threads want to be in the middle?
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm going to take those ones out, and then I'm going to do a square knot in the middle here.
Okay.
And then we'll be almost round to back where we started, and it's just a repeat pattern then.
We're not bringing in another gemstone yet, are we not?
No, because we've got, in between the gemstones on your centre strand, you have 4 square knots.
Got you.
If you can see on the example.
I can see, yeah. If I hold that up again. So we're at this section here.
Yeah.
So I said to Sarah, we're not introducing a gemstone. She said, no, we've got another 2 knots to do before we then introduce the next gemstone.
So then we're going to take these 2 threads.
Yeah.
That are wanting to be introduced. They almost tell you they want to be introduced.
I was just going to say, now you've got that first section, it feels like they're almost falling, where you're going, oh, well, these are loose, so therefore I need to do something with these. Oh, these are now pointing in this direction. I feel like feels like there is a bit of an understanding of where the thread should go.
Now are sort of loose on the top, if you like. And if you don't anchor those in, they're going to be sort of flapping in the wind.
Wayward, yeah.
And literally, so it's just, this is my last knot before I'm finished round completely to the start of my pattern. And then it would just be a matter of repeating this down the bracelet until you had the full finished design. So that is now one full pattern.
That's brilliant.
So as you can see, all that happens on here
I'll hold that up, actually.
is that pattern that you've started just literally repeats and repeats.
So you have done that
first
section there, like that, without that bead very well there.
Yeah.
So we're there, and then you then take up to the top again to introduce
that bead,
and continue.
Yes.
And as you can see, you've done that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times over. Is that right? 5 times over, or is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
4 or 5 times. Yeah. And then it's just however long you want it to be. As you can see, I've got the chain and the extender on there.
Yeah, so you've got the chance to make it shorter and then make it longer with the extender,
if you've gone to all that work to make it, why not put the extender on? Because if you're going to sell this piece of jewellery, you don't know how long the person's wrist is, and it's not the sort of piece you can just quickly knock up in 2 minutes. So it's worth having that extender on there.
It's a really great. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't it nice just to take a bit of time? It feels like you probably need to record that and then watch it again to really get it. The good thing is that we go on repeat from 1 o'clock. So if you don't have that facility to record, then you can watch us on repeat at 1 o'clock. Or alternatively, of course, you can always access us on YouTube as well. So this show goes onto our YouTube as well, so you can access it that way.
And if you've got any questions, just Facebook me. I'm always on Facebook, so just get hold of me, Sarah Ellie, or on Jewellery Maker's Facebook page, and I will answer any queries regarding this. It's not a problem.
Fabulous, bless you. I'm sure you enjoyed that as much as I did, just to take it to another level. And of course, just showing you how good that macrame board is. If you got the macrame board, congratulations. It's now sold out, I believe. Now, I've shown you something that we also believe will be a sellout because of the macrame board, but not just because of the macrame board, because it's the most ridiculous offer of the day so far. And I know that's silly because I've already done some ridiculously good price offers, but this one is redonkulous. I need you to trust me on this. I know how good the show has been so far. I know you've had some big deals. We've done some stonking offers, but I'll say now, we are getting even more exciting. you're getting... Now, I could call this a single strand, but seriously, is this a single strand in normal terms? No, that's the answer. It is nowhere near. It is a double strander, isn't it? It is a double strand of this gorgeous shell. Then you're also getting a further double strand. Have these literally just come into stock and have you put them straight into the show, Scott? Oh my God, they must have just arrived, because I know that these have not been around, because we were talking about just this strand the other day and saying how much we wish that we had them back in stock, and we don't. Absolutely incredible. Two lots of double strands. Then another double strand of your clear quartz. Then another double strand of pink amethyst. Now, when I last showed this about 3/4 of an hour ago, myself and Scott obviously work as a team. I was suggesting that the price that he'd said in my ear was not necessary. Scott is telling me that this is necessary. I will guarantee you this price tag is not necessary. I think we could double the price that Scott is about to put to air and still know we were doing a brilliant deal. I'm being absolutely straight with you. I don't think we need to go as low as Scott's going to do. And obviously Scott he's the producer, he's the guy who makes the decisions. I have nothing to do with price. Loads of people think I get involved in price. I don't. I have nothing to do with price. But the simple facts is that I'm saying, on my perspective, the price that Scott's about to do is wrong. The reason I'm saying that is because you are getting 4 double strands. That's effectively 8 strands of feature gemstones. And I know it's the summer solstice show. I know this is all about summertime. But even with that in mind, we should not be doing this price tag. $9.95. Your amazing feature offer. It gets to a point where it's no point in questioning. It's no point in thinking why did they do that when they could have done it for 20 quid and still have been absolutely amazing. $9.95 is all you pay. It is glorious nuggets. Not 1 strand, not 2 strands, not 3 strands. 4 double strands for less than a tenner. Now that is a no-brainer. There's no point even thinking about trying to do anything other than just buy, because I can't think that there'll be another deal. I can't. Why would you do that price tag? I feel like I should get Scott out here to justify himself.
It needs explanation, that price tag, because you know, if you want to make, you know, the long knotted lariat style ones, I mean, I've made for myself. I've got an amethyst and pearl one, a sort of lemon quartz and pearl one, and I wear them all the time. I just throw them over jumpers in the winter, maxi dresses in the summer, and you have 4 very, very feature necklaces there at £2.50 each.
And double
because if you were to use a whole strand to make that lariat style necklace, you know, whole double strand.
£2, genuine gemstones, the feature of quality, luxury, individuality. Yeah. Take £2.50 to your local accessory shop. What happens? What happens with £2.50? What do they offer you? One of those icky, sticky, horrible lip glosses that you use once and then you have to put in the bin. And it's not, you know, that's it. They don't offer you gemstones. Of course they don't. They offer you, I don't know, bits of glass, synthetic plastic, and they don't offer it for £2.50. I tell you what, you have to go in and you have to spend at least a £5 to get hold of anything in one of those accessories of substance, of feature jewellery.
Well, before I was at Jewellery Maker, my darling children went off for my birthday to one of the high street supermarket stores with their pocket money to buy me some jewellery. and back came this piece of plastic with some base metal jewellery on it.
Yeah.
And they spent £10 on it for a little necklace, and most of it was base metal chain, and it had a couple of bits of like plastic on it. And needless to say, I found Jewellery Maker, and I've worn it once, and that's it. I haven't worn it again because why would I? I can wear genuine gemstones all the time with lovely either sterling silver or sterling silver plated findings. I just don't wear it because it's not me, you know. But they spent all that money on it.
£9.95, an amazing deal. Summer solstice. I just have to say that's one heck of a deal.
It's just amazing. I mean, the amount of jewellery you're going to make from that is just, I mean, from one of those double strands you can make so many bracelets, earrings.
Yes. And again, back to the summer fairs, you know, obviously we had Emma on the Wall of Fame, didn't we, doing her summer fair, and I've been talking about, obviously, my daughter's school summer fair, which takes place today at Tudor Colliery in County Durham. Anybody who's around there at around about 3:30, then that's taking place. Then, you know, if you think about summer fairs, you get an ingredient like that for a tenner, you make mass elasticated bracelets, and you charge even just £1 for the kids to come along and buy themselves a beautiful bracelet. How many children's bracelets would you make out of one of those strands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bracelets, and that's cost you £2.50, right, to make. So if you think about 5 bracelets, and you're going to charge maybe a child £1, £2, something like that. Of course, they're genuine gemstones. They're fun. They're funky.
Or do what I've done before and have those in bowls with beading mats on a table, and you charge the children £3, come and make your own bracelet on elastic. They sit there for
make them do their own.
Yeah, but they do. They sit there and they get all the gemstones, and they love it because it's their design.
Make your own. I'm not going to make it for you. Make your own. I shall do that next year. I'm going to make sure I'm at that school fair, and I'm going to make the children make their own bracelet.
You want to see the concentration of picking the beads, the next bead to go on that piece of elastic. It's just priceless, the absolute concentration. And they are so proud. They make it for themselves, and they make it for mum or grandma.
Isn't that nice?
And I just, you know, had all the beads laid out and just, you know.
For £3, that's brilliant. That's a great idea. Loving it. I think that's going to be a goner. Now, we still have, within the last section of our show, we still have not just the aquamarine, but also our Wello Opal offer. Now, I did say halfway through the show, see if you can do some research, and then part of me backtracked and just thought, well, I know that the research that I know of, and that I have privy information that is very much I guess insider's knowledge of this gemstone. We have got an incredible Wello Opal. Now, which one shall we do first? Because we've got 2. We'll go for the opal. Okay, now let me tell you about this stone. Opal in its own right is standardly sourced from Australia. Around about 90% these days, probably about 85 at a guess. Around about 85 to 90% of opal is sourced from Australia. Other locations, sometimes Brazilian and mainly Ethiopia, from a location called Wello, W-E-L-O. Wello, this is located from Wello. Now, lots of people will identify to Australian opal, Cuba PD, Lightning Ridge, Boulder Opal. Most people will have heard of that kind of location. If you say Wello Opal to a gemologist or somebody who's interested in gemstones, they'll give you much more kudos, they'll give you much more regard if you've sourced your opal from Ethiopia than they would if you've sourced it from Australia. The simple facts is Wello, and in particular this type of Wello opal, is some of the very finest we can access. I have to tell you instantly, if I just backtrack, I've got only double figures on this quantity. I have double figures as I begin. Now, because of that, I feel like I need to say, if you are interested in owning this, please would you pick up the phone sooner rather than later. I don't want anybody to miss out on it. Of course, people still holding on the lines for that last deal, and we're doing our best to process your calls. I've got a queue of around about a minute and a half, so not too bad. This is a restricted stock offer, but actually it's more restricted than you think, not based on quantity, but based on circumstance. At the precise moment that we sit here right now, there is a movement in the gem world that has happened in already one location, that's in Bolivia. And you might have heard of me tell you about trying to source ametrine. Now, we used to have a really decent supply of ametrine coming into our vaults, and that has pretty much stopped dead for one reason. Two reasons. The mine owner has made the prices really expensive, and the government of Bolivia have stopped any export of the gemstone unless it has been faceted within the country. That's in Bolivia. The Ethiopian government have done exactly the same on this gemstone. One of the hardest things about cutting opal is that if you don't do it properly, you lose it altogether. It can't be salvaged. So if you don't cut it properly in the first place, you lose the gemstone altogether. However, what the government in Ethiopia have done is put an absolute stop, a total ban on this gemstone leaving the country unless it has been cut and faceted by the locals, by Ethiopians themselves. Now, it's great because, of course, that encourages manufacturing, encourages jobs. That's brilliant. However, there are no cutting houses in Ethiopia. There is no skilled tradesman in Ethiopia. There is not one lapidarist that we know of at this present time that can actually do the job for this gemstone that can be done by us taking this gemstone to somewhere like Jaipur, which is one of our main cutting locations, and getting experts to cut it. That is where the restriction is. At the moment, the principles of what's happened in Ethiopia is that the government have said, we're going to make sure that we get the best out of this gemstone for our country, so therefore it's not going to leave until it's been cut by us. However, what you've got to remember is that they don't even have a cutting house yet, so this gemstone is not being found in the marketplace of the jewelry industry because it's not leaving the country, because there's nobody cutting it, because there's nobody there to cut it in the first place. It's an incredibly vexing situation, which is absolutely right in one way to make the very most of one location. You know, of course, if you're sourcing top quality opal from somewhere, you may as well make the most of it for making money for your country. But in the same sense, if it can't then be put into the jewelry industry, that's very hard. So essentially what I'm saying now is that the opal that we have hold of, the Wellow opal that we have hold of now, is probably some of the only opal we'll have from this location for a very long time. Because even if the cutting houses are up and running, the quality of the opal that will come out of there is going to be so limited to what we will allow to come to our screens. So if you want the distinction of Wellow opal into your jewelry collection, I suggest you get it now. Of course, I've got people listening and people already buying, and I've gone straight into low stock. I had only double figures of this. This is one of the only strands we have of Wellow opal. It's one of the only chances we've got for you. So if you want it and you want the idea of owning this top grade, and as I say, it's gem standard. It's gem standard gemstones that we're offering you here. This is not just you know, your every so often gemstone. This is something that's going to really be a feature to your gem collection. And in particular, your location, your Wellow opal, with all of the mining restrictions and obviously now all of the faceting restrictions, the cutting house situation, we know that this is going to be some of the last that we have for a very, very long time. Make the most of it while we've got it. It's some of the very best opal on the planet, and you've got the chance to get it from us for less than £15. £14.95, an exceptional opportunity. Perhaps you want to do a bit more research, perhaps, you know, the information I've given you, you'd like to go off and find a little bit more out for yourself. Well, you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. A lot of people will say, well, how do you know this? You know, where does Jewellery Maker or where does the Genuine Gemstone Company get this information from? Because we are there. We are literally connecting with the mine owners. We are traveling the globe. We have a team of gem hunters that literally literally travel the world. You know, we've got a team who at the moment are looking like they are allowed to go for the very first time to film in Russia, to the Russian dioxide mines in Russia. We are the only team that they have even given chance to talk to about filming in that location, because our reputation is now preceding us in terms of our understanding and our passion, our integrity. You know, we really are bringing you something very special on deals like this one. And I give you the inside information because I have it to give. You know, I always think that you buy with knowledge and then you have the confidence of knowing you're getting the right thing for yourself. You know, power is knowledge when it comes to purchasing the right thing. And I want to give you as much knowledge as possible so you can make your decision. And if you say, oh, actually, Vix, I'm going to wait and see what happens, then that's absolutely fair dues. But if you wait, then I can't guarantee, first of all, the quality will come to you, and second of all, the price. £14.95. Buy it while we've got it. As I say, I can only give you the opportunity to own it with the knowledge that I have. If I don't have the offer, if I don't have the knowledge, then I won't make it up, right? I am a person who has, for the last decade, sat with the integrity of sitting on television and learning along the way. And I mean, I'm learning all the time. I go to training sessions on a week-to-week basis. And those training sessions are not just about me learning how the gemstone forms, because I could tell you all about the water trapping inside the gemstone. I could tell you all that, but also it's about learning about how we source our gemstones and the minor restrictions that are coming into place. And it's always evolving, the gem world. You know, there's always something different happening. I mean, Steve was over in Ceylon in Sri Lanka about 3 weeks ago, and he said he was watching, you know, the likes of star sapphires being sold for something, it was ridiculous, £3 million, you know, because he's now watching that happening. He's now got to let's see what star sapphire we can get hold of. We can reflect that to you and pass on a great offer that's being a big seller at the moment. So we're learning all those things all the time, and the more we learn, the more you learn, and the more you learn, the more you can get something special into your jewellery collection. £14.95. If you want to join us, 0800 644 655 is the number to dial, or you can join us on the web at www.JewelleryMaker.com. Congratulations if you got that one. I do believe that will be another sellout deal. And of course it will be. Okay. It's the one. It's the strand we've been talking about all day. It's the blue skies and the perfect oceans of summertime. This is what you've been waiting for. We've given you some amazing summer deals today. We've gone from the Bead Loom relaunch. We've relaunched the Macrame board. We've given you mega nugget bundle deals. We've given you feature faceted gemstones, and now we finish it off. It feels like this is just the final cherry on top of that perfect iced bun. You have got ice buns. Anyway, we've got for you a perfect quality of faceted drops, and these are really idyllic teardrop design that you have here from this single strand. It is 70 carats of one of our most popular, one of our most requested, and certainly when we did our award ceremony at the beginning of the year, in fact it was right at the end, it was the 31st of December we did it, was it the 31st or was it the 1st of January? 31st, it was the 31st of December. We did an award ceremony that asked you to tell us what's your favourite gemstone, what's your best deal, all of those things. Now the top of the gemstone list was labradorite. The next one, and I know nipping on its toes, literally the next gemstone that I think everybody had favour for was aquamarine. It is a teardrop design, faceted aquamarine strand that you're getting here. A delightful look, and queues already mounting on the phone lines. I do believe the opal is now sold out, so if you are holding on the lines for the opal, please put the phone down, or actually keep it in your hand and guarantee yourself our biggest deal of the day. Yeah, you know we've done something big. We've done macrame boards, we've done bead looms, we've relaunched, and we've given you some serious summertime potential. But summer is here, and we're gonna give you the final offer of our summer solstice show. It is a feature aquamarine strand. It's the one you want. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Honey, it's yours for the taking for just £12.95. You thought this was going to go to 20 plus, didn't you? You thought it was going to be a 20 plus strand. It's not. It's £12.95. You are looking here at the luxury of quality aquamarine. These perfect teardrop designs, whether you're going to do earring drops, whether you're going to cascade these like a fountain or a waterfall against the neckline for an evening prom wear. Oh, I can see it now. A beautiful look. Or perhaps, of course, you can do this beautiful tiara effect. Some of the larger gemstones, and of course, if you are into your bridal jewelry, tiaras at the moment are all about cascading movement. You've got that teardrop effect, that cascading look. You've got it all for £12.95. Summer, summer, summer's here. Yes, it's here. You've got the sky blues, you've got the ocean tranquility. You're going to have to be very, very quick on this one. You're going to have to be seriously quick. It is a strand of distinction. It's the luxury of aquamarine. Of course, blue beryl, a very, very prominent gemstone for many of our gem lovers out there. But it's not just about getting a gem collection, it's about getting luxury in your jewelry. And that's when I turn to you, Sarah, and I say, this really is luxury, isn't it?
Completely. The effort that's gone into cutting that gemstone, the sparkle that comes off it, the look of it, I really, really want to make some sort of like a hedgehoggy type ring out of those. I think just making them stand up.
Wow!
And just making a real feature sort of piece of jewellery, like, because of course aquamarine was
so
the
interesting.
Old engagement stone. Was aquamarine, wasn't it?
Yes.
Before diamonds became popular as an engagement stone, so making a ring out of it, I just think was a natural thing to do with it. But I just think you could make it stand up and make it like almost like a little crown of those gemstones. Would look amazing.
You've just come up with something I never even thought about. And you see, this is why we have the likes of Sarah with us, because I go, oh, I'm thinking a cascade, a waterfall of the neckline, I'm thinking tiaras, and I'm thinking the beautiful movement. And then you go, no, Vix, let's put it as a feature for the hand. Let's go for that cluster effect. Wow. That's it. That's what you want. That's why I'm not an expert in jewellery making. No. You are an expert. There's no doubt about it, Sarah, because you've just given me a totally new insight, a totally different way of looking at this gemstone. I mean, you've got some classic gemstone jewellery creations out of this, or you can go for that cluster effect. You can go for that wow factor centerpiece for the hand. I mean, what an amazing offer this is. And if you're going to get this strand, you've got to get it now, because I'll say now, half the stock has gone. We started with a serious quantity on this. We knew that this show was going to be big, and we knew that it was going to be serious offers, which is why we had strands like this to finish it all off. If you want to join me, it's £12.95. First come, first served, and I'm sure you can appreciate we have queues on the line, so for at least 2 minutes. It is a free phone number that you're dialing, 0800 644 655. If you have experienced any problems with our website today, I make massive apologies about that. Well, I think we have rectified them, but if we haven't, I make apologies. Pick up the phone, free phone number, 0800 644 655, or join us at www.JewelleryMaker.com. Now, if you're joining us this weekend, we've got lots of fun to be had. We have got Ed McKay, our sales manager. He is going to join you on both Saturday night and Sunday night for the Late Show, and he is going to be the ringmaster. He is going to really give you some serious prices and some exceptional deals. I know that he's worked really hard for this weekend's deal, so keep watching for us on Saturday and Sunday, and watch our sales manager Ed taking you through some amazing offers. He's got lots of tricks up his sleeve. Taming lions is nothing. He's taming prices with his whip. Are you going to get dressed up, Ed? He's going to get dressed up. Oh, how exciting. £12.95 for your aquamarine graduated faceted pairs. These beautiful 7x5 and 12x9mm, 18 centimetres. I've still got queues on the lines. Thank you so much for your patience. We genuinely do appreciate your patience. It's a very, very big deal that we have here. We have lots to add on to your order this evening as well. Don't forget the Late Show with the gorgeous Jenny Cleary. She'll be with you, leading you through 4 hours of miss it, miss out. And I know that there are some serious deals to be had to add to your order. Of course, one P&P of just £2.95 for one P&P. So if you've already paid your postage and packing, well, the good news is that you're now adding to your order. You've done plenty of adding to your order during our show. Well, of course, Jenny is going to add to your order as well through her miss out. And Ed McKay, our ringleader. Oh, I'm scared. Okay, that actually was quite scary. You will be with us on Saturday and Sunday evening.
That's right. Roll up, roll up. Don't miss out.
He is going to be salesman at Edge. He's going to be with you on Saturday and Sunday evening on the Late Show. No, we're going to have lots of fun. I'll be watching. You take care of yourself. Thank you so much for your company. I have to say a huge thank you to Sarah.
Welcome.
It's been a privilege to work with you today. Thank you very much for your time. Take care of yourself and happy Summer's Day. Yes, it's today. Woo!
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. And each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their Jewellery Maker account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moonsmote, Redditch, B989HF.
We all know you need the right tools for the job, so here at Jewellery Maker we have designed a kit to make sure you have all the essentials to join in with the fun. With round nose, flat nose and wire cutter pliers, as well as a reamer, tweezers and a bead scoop, you've got everything you need in one place for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills.